Gridiron Nation. Come on. It's time I get in the game, forget the money and fame. Stay ready, making sure that they'll remember my name. I got a hunger inside, when the numbers are tied, I'ma turn it up a level, never will be denied. I got them back on their heels, about to have me a meal. Not Zeke, but I'ma eat the way I'm seeing the field. Take out the competition, they'll remember the name. The wicked one I always bring it, got my head in the game. Taking it home, always up in my zone, yo. I'm all to the plot, cause they just can't stop. I got them shaking the spot. What is up, familia? Yeah, baby. Welcome to another episode 73 to be exact. Gridiron Nation in full effect. What is up, familia? Hope you guys are out there, feeling good, living well, most definitely living blessed. Thank you guys for joining me on today's live stream. And we are getting ready to just do some things, man. We got a lot to talk about, y'all. We got a lot to go in on. And, the big topic today, of course, is, as you see it right there, scrolling on the bottom, all-time pass rushers, man. We wanted to get to this. This was a actual fan email by I almost want to call him like the Gridiron Nation mascot, but he's not quite a mascot. My boy JP, been there since day one, man. Finally threw in some mail, man, and it's a good topic. So I wanted to get to it last week, but we weren't able to. We were over on time and everything. So now we're going to jump on that this week, man. Also, got to break down, what happened in week 4 of the NFL. Man, we had some things go down. We had some questions answered about certain teams, and we still got questions about others. And then we're going to look ahead to week 5 because we got a couple of big matchups, man, that we are going to talk about. And I say we once again, all right, because, last week I told y'all, man, we went like 2 hours and they still had more to talk about. We had to carry it. So the show was too big. It was too big. All right. So it was kind of like to be continued. You know what I mean? It was a to be continued, and I had to continue it. And I had to bring back my special guest. That's right. He is my co-host of our Saturday show, by the way, and most of y'all be following as well. And I need y'all to put more people up on it, okay? So this Saturday, when we go live with it, y'all need to be sharing it, okay? I appreciate that. The show is called The Gridiron Show, baby. Y'all know how we do it because it's a little gridiron connection here. That's how we do it. All right, so I'm about to bring them all right now, man. Because like I said last week, the show was a little bit too big, okay? Just for one episode. So we had to do like a little to be continued. And here we are. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the microphone, baby. I feel like I'm on stage, like the hype man bringing you up. Coming back to the stage right now, Mr. Randy Watson, the Sex and Chocolate. Yeah, Jersey back in the house, man. What is up, my brother? How you doing, man?
What's going on, bro? What's going on? I'm going wireless today, y'all. So yeah, what's going on, everybody? How we feeling today?
Man, y'all already know, man. We
Sex
chilling,
with
brother.
chocolate.
Sex and Chocolate, Randy Watson, yeah, Mr. Sex
I
and
love
Chocolate
it.
himself, man. Yeah,
How we
man. So
feeling
how
today,
you doing today, bro?
man? I'm good, man. I'm good. Been grinding, working on a few different things. Got
Yeah.
got something big coming up on Thursday for the Fang Gang Nation show. So I've been working on that and getting that ready. Gonna have Jeff Badette, the wide receiver from
Okay. Yeah, I seen that, man.
the Vegas
That's
Vipers, come
big.
on. So it's gonna be a big
That's
show
big.
this Thursday. So
That's
everybody
big.
tune
That's
in
big.
2
Got up
p.m.
in the house already. Ignacio,
Yes,
what's
sir.
up, brother? Happy Tuesday, my
Ignacio,
brother.
JP, what's going on? What's going on, y'all? But yeah,
JP, Twitter
it's
alerts still
it's
say episode
30
70. Damn, I need to change that. Man, see, I do this every week, bro. Every
and
single
forget.
freaking week. Every
Yeah.
single week, I forget to change the title on Restream. And then I have to go back, like, on all the places it's streamed and do it manually.
Well, no, you can actually just go back in and change it on
Yeah.
restream.
Well, I
Good.
just did it right now. So, hey, JP, thank you for having my back on that, bro. Appreciate you too, man. I took off the title too, so don't worry about it, man. So,
No,
oh,
but like
hell
I
no.
said, like I said,
He
this
going.
this this Thursday, guys, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Jeff Badette will be live on the show. He's gonna actually be coming in an hour after the show starts because there is a lot to talk about, and he'll be getting home
Hell yeah,
from coaching. He actually is coaching as well as a player,
bro.
so
I'm gonna be
it's
in
gonna
that
be hype.
comments, man. Definitely, bro. We're gonna be
Most
sharing
definitely,
that, man.
it's
And
gonna be fun.
JP, this is his topic today. He says I'm gonna miss the stream. He's at work, man. He works for me, so I get it. I get it. I already know who his top guy is. So when we get
Okay.
into this conversation, man, I'll let y'all know about it, man. But all right, so Jeb Badette, man. Hey, so okay, so now we're talking about this XFL stuff. We had a big long segment about it on the Gridiron this past week. And if y'all missed it, shame on you. If you didn't, we appreciate y'all being there.
Yes,
But
sir. Yeah, gotta check it out though if you did miss it.
so right now, yeah, man. So right now we're about 4 days removed from that. We really had nothing else. There's not been any news on anything.
Yeah, there's just
Speculation.
a lot of speculation, and the speculation is getting out of control. When I
Oh,
say out of
thank you.
control, there's
Thank
so
you.
many people already speculating that we're moving to hubs. We're going
Bro,
back
I've
to
been
the
seeing
hub
some
system.
shit.
And
You
they're
know,
talking
did you
about
see that thing that somebody shared? And it was it's going around. It's like viral now that Mark Thompson, running back, shared, and it doesn't say that it's what's going to happen, but somebody kind of put it out there, and they said, "I think this is wishful thinking," but it's kind of like what Mark Thompson he put out there, the layout he think he should, the running back, and it's talking about like 6 hub cities, and I'm like, yeah, try that.
and
It
I
ain't
I
shit.
keep saying it over and over and over. If they go back to a hub system with merging these two leagues, they're going to
Yeah,
kill spring football, and nobody's going to watch. Nobody is going to watch. I'm telling you, if they do the hub system, nobody's going to watch at all. The
yeah.
USFL should have gotten fields for their teams. Even with the
Mm-hmm.
merge going down, they should have gotten fields for all the rest of their teams and then merged. So that way
Yeah.
they can merge. All your teams have fields, and you guys can do it the right way and keep all 16 teams. But hey, I'm just a
That
reporter and
Yeah,
sportscaster,
well,
and
and like we said the other day, man, that's the bad thing about when they're being very stingy with details and news is that all you get is speculation, and you
yeah,
got people with all these wild ideas, and you're like, "What the hell are you thinking?" Slap yourself, because I've
yeah,
seen some pretty wild ideas out there, man.
and then like on as far as things out there, like when I promoted the show coming up on Thursday, like there's people out there that are so nasty, bro. This one guy said, uh, why even have him on the show? The Vipers aren't even going to be a team next year, and things like. I'm just like, you don't even know what's going to
Man,
happen. The
yeah,
speculation
yeah.
is getting so out of control. People are being nasty. Vipers
But
suck
even
so
even
bad
that
last
even
year.
that
Why do
kind of
you
comment,
represent
man,
them?
like you don't think that these guys are going to be getting opportunities with other teams. You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
it's like yeah, man. That's what
It's
I hate,
sickening,
man.
bro.
Yeah, it is. It's sickening, man. And those are the kind of fans like I've been telling I'll tell people you're toxic. You're a toxic
Yep.
type of fan. Because you make it hard to talk serious football and enjoy the
Exactly.
game, whatever league you're talking about or team. Because I've been dealing with that shit, bro. I run a Cowboys fan page. I deal with that on the
Hmm.
daily. Oh, I get Cowboys fans mad at me because I call our fan base toxic. I said, I don't give a shit. If you get
Because it's
mad,
the
that's on
truth.
you.
It's the
You know what
truth,
I
though.
mean?
Like,
If you're mad, you're the one I'm talking about.
exactly.
That's the
Because
way
at
it
the end
goes,
of the
man.
day, it's every season. Oh, this is our year.
Yeah,
Knowing damn
yeah,
well we know it's not. Now,
yeah.
this season, I can honestly feel comfortable saying
Oh,
that this year we have a chance
we
to
got a
go far.
chance. Yeah,
Dak
yeah.
just has to play on his
You
game.
know,
Dak
you
just
know
has to
what?
be on his game the
Man,
way it's.
bro, I cannot wait to get into this game that coming up this Sunday night with you later on in the show, because we talked about how this New England game, and we'll cover that one too, how it was going to say a lot about the Cowboys more than any game had this year, and it did. It sent a very strong message.
Hmm.
But this game, I love the way Jerry said it. This is all I'm gonna say before we get into it later. This game is the measuring stick for us right now
Yep.
because we're on the road against the top team right now. All right, so this is going to say everything. But I got to get your thoughts on it, man. So I really want to get in your head about this game as we get into our preview of Week 5 later on in the show, man. But
Okay.
all right, so y'all out there, if you support the XFL and USFL, man, don't be none of these toxic fans. Don't be talking down on these players, man, because I guarantee you right now, these players that are there, whether you think they're going to be on a team or not next year, if you ever played sports, don't be saying nothing because these guys are already more accomplished in football more than any of us. All right, so that's all I'm going to say about that.
On top of that, you don't think them guys are worried about what's going to happen?
Exactly,
you don't think
man.
them guys are worried about how they're going to continue to provide for their families?
Yeah.
And to sit here and talk down on them because they're spring football players and they're not in the NFL anymore or haven't gotten the chance to get to the NFL, you don't think that these guys aren't out here fighting for their damn lives? You don't worry. These guys are out here working regular jobs now. Just to make ends meet so that they can continue feeding their family until the football season.
These guys work their asses off, man, physically too, to stay in game shape so that they can be a part of a spring league, you know, and I mean, to be honest,
it's
man,
toxic fans, man. It's just toxic people just talk so bad about these people. But what are you doing?
They just want to be negative, couch. Bro. You're sitting on your damn
couch, drinking beer, fucking lazy, not working probably, living at your damn mom's house, talking about some guy who done sit here and went through hell and high water to get where he's at, and still going through hell and high water and battling and grinding to get to the next stage. So while you're on your couch talking shit about this, man,
on the keyboard,
think about what you're talking about. Thinking about what about what you're doing. Who's looking up to you?
That's it.
Just saying.
That's it, bro. That's it. That's all you need to say.
That's it.
All right, man. So we're moving on, brother. So everybody knows, man, this past week, major prize fight that went down. We talked about it a little bit last week, man. They're in your neck of the woods in Vegas. And I got to be honest, bro. I think this went the way both of us expected it to go. Yeah. I mean, it was just pure domination. I remember we talked about the way Canelo, the key was going to be the way he works the body. That's all he did all damn fight.
Yeah.
Power to the body,
his
man.
His combinations were crucial. Like, you could tell, I'm going to keep it 100. You could tell going into the fight that Charlo was ready. You could tell he had the look in his eye that he was ready. As soon as that damn bell rung,
until he felt
Canelo hit him in that body, he was like, kept moving back everywhere he went. Canelo was on his ass. So
it was he felt that first shot, and it was like, God damn, what the fuck did I get myself into?
He had to take a real deep breath. Like, oh damn, I thought it was gonna be easier than this. I'm about to lose.
And you know, did you hear him make a comment about that? You know, because they were talking about the way Bud and all them were bashing on him, and he's like, you know, you don't. Now I know what it means when fighters say you don't understand how difficult it is to be in the ring with Canelo until you're actually in there and you feel it, and he keeps coming forward with that damn wall defense in front of him, going to work on your body and just hitting. You know, you talked about how other fighters have talked about that. Even when you block it, they're saying from blocking so many of those power punches, you cannot keep your hands up. You know, by the end of the fight, man, like, and you could see it. I agree with you. It was like, it almost like, you know, he came out there kind of not a lot of punches thrown in the first round as we expected. They were feeling each other out. But second round, he got him with a clear body shot, and it was like after that, everything changed.
A whole different fight. A whole different fight.
And you know, what was it? Go ahead.
Because at the beginning of the first round, you could tell they're going to get a feel for themselves, get a feel for each other, see what's going on. Let me get a feel for what I'm doing, but let me also get a feel for what you're doing. So then I can start making my moves in a second, you know, later in this round, and start in the second round. I know my game plan, come out and start doing this, that, or the third. In that first round, you could see that, but in that second round, as soon as Canelo got him up against the ropes and hit him in the body, the whole fight changed. The whole entire fight changed, bro.
And I think what was it? It was either round 3 or 4 that I even said I was saying it like first 3 rounds. I'm looking at my father-in-law because we're watching the fight, and I'm like, you know, uh, Carmelo's not throwing any freaking punches. So I think it was the 3rd or 4th round that he won. And I said it. See, he got busy that time. He got busy. He was putting combinations together. He was moving around. He was circling Canelo. And then next round, he takes another clean body combination, and that stopped all of that.
Yeah,
it was like, okay, Canelo's like,
all the
okay,
gas
we're gonna take this away right now.
Yeah, he took he started taking all the gas out of him right from that moment, because you can tell in the way Charlo started moving differently.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he just kept backing up. He was unable to get Canelo to stop really cutting the ring off. You know what I mean?
He was going,
He was just
and that's
cutting
what
the
he
ring
was
off and he was
doing.
going after the
Yes,
body.
man. Yes.
And when he
the
got
whole
his
fight.
head, when he was landing to the head, it was crucial because he landed to the head, go to the body, back to the head. Land to the head, go to the body, back to the head. The combo was crazy. He just kept starting off with the head, body, back to the head, body, back to the head.
And then if you notice in the later rounds,
Charlo didn't know what to do.
After that body work had taken its toll. And, you know, Charlo's speed had gone down. His hands were dropping a bit. And then you saw Canelo, those last few rounds, started working the jab. And every jab, that he wasn't throwing a lot, but they were impactful jabs because they were connecting. And even his fucking jabs looked like they hurt.
Yeah.
They're like, damn, man, it's just so much power. I honestly, I don't know if I expected or more than I hoped for a more entertaining fight, you know, with Charlo, because we both said it last week. Charlo ain't no chump. He's no joke. So this was a statement win. This was a statement fight for Canelo.
Yeah.
And now, you know, they look ahead. Is it going to be Benavidez or you know, they're talking about Bud Crawford, or is Bud going to fight Charlo? We don't know yet, but Charlo right now this should
deserve to fight Bud.
Probably not. No.
Canelo is the only feasible opponent right now. Honestly, let's keep it real.
Yeah.
The way Charlo just got beat, Bud gonna dog him.
Yeah.
Bud gonna knock him out like he did Spence. Let's keep it real. See, Charlo don't understand the difference between, and this is my thing, and why I say he should not even attempt to fight Bud. Charlo doesn't understand the difference between the type of fighter that Canelo and the type of fighter that Bud Crawford is. Canelo's gonna wear you down. Canelo don't mind going to decisions. He get a knockout, he's cool. He'll take it. But he wants to beat your ass down the whole entire fight.
That's what he wants to do.
Unanimous decision.
Yeah.
He wants to show you that you cannot last in a boxing ring with him.
I almost wanted to feel like, you know, we had like his last fight before, he won by knockout. Like there's certain fights where Canelo goes in with the mindset to end it early. And then there's fights like this against another 4-belt undisputed champion where he's like, no, I'm not going for a knockout.
Right.
Yeah,
I want to prove to you
something.
That you
all
cannot
these haters
last
saying
in this
I don't
ring with me.
fight, that I haven't beaten anybody, even though he's been fighting champions.
But look at those champions. Look what those champions are now. Former champions. A lot of them. So you know what I mean? Bud Crawford and Canelo, that would be a better fight. And I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. That would go the distance, in my opinion. But I feel either one of them can knock either one of them out.
Yeah, and but I think that's a fight that would actually.
I would give the edge. I'm sorry. In that instance, I would have to give the edge to Bud.
See, and I would have after this performance. Go ahead.
Crawford's a better fighter. Crawford's in my opinion is a better fighter when it comes to just all around. You know.
Yeah.
As we were just saying.
Yeah.
Canelo, he goes to the body a lot more.
He is faster. Yeah.
And Canelo loves to beat your body up. See, if you got to catch somebody though. You know what I mean? You got to catch these fighters that are quick. You got to be able to catch them and get them against the ropes to really get those body shots the way he was doing Charlo. You know what I mean? So, if it was an instance that Bud Crawford and Canelo Alvarez or Canelo actually fought in the future, I think that edge will go to Crawford only because he's a more versatile fighter. You know what I mean? He's more balanced.
For me, I would probably, after this performance, I would go with Canelo just because you know, we see what that power to the body does to speed. But you know, he completely that reach by Charlo wasn't even a factor at all.
Because Charlo was scared.
He didn't use it. Yes, he was
Yeah, he
fighting
was scared.
scared.
You weren't
Yeah.
using. You
So
had like when he was landing that jab, he was having that distance.
and
If
see,
he was
I
using
gotta
that jab
wonder
and
though,
then
bro.
throwing,
I gotta wonder though, what happens if Bud feels that power? And Bud's like, oh shit, okay, I get it. Now, I
I
think
think
Bud's got a
Bud
lot more heart than that. But what I will say is this:
got more chin too.
Some people seem to be forgetting about one thing that Canelo is very good at, defensive wise, and I always attribute his loss to Mayweather because when I tell people Mayweather took him to school in that fight, and I mean that literally
Yeah,
because Canelo used that fight to
to learn.
dramatically improve his defensive game.
Hmm.
And Canelo's that guy that he can stay planted and you're still going to be swinging it air because he's got so good after that fight
Of
at the
swinging
bobbing and
and
weaving and
head
moving
movement.
around.
Yeah,
So I would love to see that fight though, but I think the other one that everybody wants right now is him and Benavidez. I don't think Benavidez stands a chance against
at
Canelo,
all.
to be
That's
honest.
why I
I
say
don't
it's a
see it.
waste.
I think you're right. You are right. Right
It's a
now,
waste.
unless he's going to go back up and wait to rematch Bivol, which is still an opportunity to
Right.
kind of for revenge. But
Redeem himself.
I would rather see. I think the fight that makes the most sense, the best fight, is Bud Crawford and Canelo.
Yeah,
That is
because
it. It
Bud
really
is
is.
stronger than a lot of the opponents that Carnelo has fought. You can tell Bud Crawford is a hell of a lot stronger than
Yeah.
Jarmelo Charlo, or however you say his name, Jarmelo Charlo. You you can just see the difference. The way he beat on Errol Spence,
Yeah,
and
dude.
everybody
And
thought
that
that
was a
was gonna be
super
a close.
fight.
Yes,
Yeah.
everybody thought that was gonna be such a closer fight. No, he mentally and physically destroyed that man. So
Yeah.
that's why I say that would be a hell of a better opponent for Canelo. That would be a better
Yeah.
challenge for
Yeah.
Canelo.
Yeah.
You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
And
if
I
he
mean,
were to win that fight, then he
yeah.
stamps his name. He literally
Yeah.
stamps his name because if you can go win this fight, win the super, what was it, the super lightweight that they
Super
just fought,
was his super
for?
lightweight, lightweight or middleweight? No,
Super
it was
lightweight.
the super lightweight. Yeah, it
It was a
was. You're
super
right.
lightweight.
You're right.
You go up and challenge Bud Crawford, who just became the first undisputed welterweight champion.
Yeah.
Come on now,
And I got to be
and you
honest
beat
with you, bro. I gotta wonder now. Canelo says that right now that fight's not in the plans, which means him and
right.
his promoters or whoever. I'm thinking it's either moving up to go fight Bivol, or waiting to see how Benavidez' fight plays out, and then finally shutting all the Benavidez fans up and saying, "Fine,
Yeah,
let me beat your boy down since you've been crying for the last year or two." And then I think that's when Bud becomes part of the plan. But it has to
gotcha.
happen at some point.
Right,
But I mean, like my brother Ignacio says, Canelo needs to take on all comers. See, the problem is people say this, but these guys aren't fighting every 2 months. This isn't
right,
UFC. You know what I mean? These guys, you're going to get 2 fights out of them at best.
right.
And during the last few years, we all know what Canelo's been doing. He's been moving in different weights and collecting belts because he's been trying to create a new legacy, which he did. He succeeded
Yeah,
with it. So now
and
he's
staying
like, all
away
right, I'm
from
going to
injuring
stay
that
where I'm
hand again.
happy. Yeah. And so now what he said was, I'm going to stay where I'm comfortable now and let people come
Mhm.
to me, which is why the Charlo fight happened. He told Charlo, you want me? You got to come up and wait.
Yep.
So I'm not going down to you, which makes sense. So that's probably what's going to have to happen with Bud. But I hope we see that down the road. But I
Yeah, that
think
would be a
it
great
sounds
fight.
to me, yeah, it sounds to me like what's next for Canelo is going to be either Bivol or Benavidez, man. But we'll keep an eye on that
For
because either
sure.
way, it's going to be in your backyard, man. Because that's where all the good fights happen, the prize fights happen.
Right
They're
there in
in Vegas,
Vegas.
so
Right here in Vegas. Either
we're
T-Mobile
gonna keep
Arena
going
or
with that, Joe.
MGM Grand Arena. One of them places they're gonna be. So
Yeah, yeah.
just be
All
prepared,
right,
guys.
man. So let's get to it, brother. Now, we got to get to a segment that the main segment, I should say, that we were going to do last week. We just ran out of time, and this one was actually brought on by long time, day one, Gridiron Nation podcast listener, JP Jesse
JP.
Padilla, and I know he's going to go back and watch this after work, so I got to make sure I give him his props and due respect, man. But he texted me a couple of weeks ago and he messaged me and he says, "Hey, how about asking who's the best pass rusher of all time?" And I'm like, damn, you know what? And usually these kind of segments, bro, are the ones I kind of save for off season, have these kind of conversations. But I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, man. We're in the middle. We're
It's so
not in the
good.
middle of the season, but the season's in full swing. Let's talk about something a little different, something that nobody else is talking about right now.
And it's a
So,
good discussion to have because of the amount of good pass rushers that are in the league right now.
yes,
So yeah,
definitely, definitely.
thank you,
So, oh,
JPZ.
my nephew Chris, what's up, nephew? That Diamondback hat would look nicer if it was a Rangers. Hey, you know what? We're in the playoffs, baby. I had to represent right now, all tied in the wild card, game one, the end of 3 with the Brewers, man. So I had to support my
Hey,
D-backs coming on live today. All right. No, I ain't dealing. I know I don't care if I'm a Cowboys fan and Arlington Rangers fan. I'm Rangers. See, I'm looking at that and it messed me up. I gotta take it off.
mm-mm-mm,
Arlington Renegades,
mm-mm-mm.
I ain't rooting for the Rangers. I ain't rooting for the Rangers, nephew. Sorry. It ain't gonna happen.
I don't think my Bronx, if I'm correct, my Bronx Bombers didn't make the playoffs this season.
Damn, they didn't make it.
I don't think the
That's
Yankees
crazy.
made the playoffs.
The way them and Red Sox season went down this year, it's just like I remember one time I was watching ESPN a couple weeks ago, and they were just talking about how it's just like it's unheard of in a
Yeah.
baseball season for those
And
two
then how
teams.
long it's been since the Yankees have been back to the World Series, bro? What?
Yeah,
It's been like 2009 since we won the World Series. Since the last time we won a World Series, bro.
man,
Fair.
my I don't want to hear that. My D-backs ain't been there since like 2001, man. So
Just saying.
I know y'all got that rich history though, man. I'm
We
just praying
America's
for one.
pastime. Dallas is
Yeah.
America's team. You know what I mean?
That's
So,
right, baby. That's right, baby. Yeah.
I gotta
Yeah.
represent.
All right, man. So let's get into this conversation, man. Now,
It's gonna be good.
so I brought up my own little list of guys. Okay. Now, first of all, let's look at before we start naming off who we think, because even though there's a lot more to being the greatest at a certain position than just like for pass rushers, more than just sacks. Sacks is kind of like the ultimate measuring stick. Like in other words, if you're going to be named in that, along with everything else you did with tackles or whatever else, sacks has to be there.
Yeah.
It has to be there. So, what we're looking at now. Now we got guys like now. Let me ask you this really fast, bro. Since we're not going to include none of the current players because nobody's got the resume yet. There's the potential. There's the guys that are building it. And my brother Ignacio asked me this the other day. He said, players right now or most recent, who do you think? I told him most recent, the one guy that you're going to put up there, with, who was like a generational pass rusher would be J.J. Watt, who's retired now. I got to wonder what he would have done had he been able to stay healthy his damn career, man, but straight up. But so I'm looking at the guys now, bro. And of course, we've got the Bosa brothers. Most especially homeboy over in San Francisco, who we're going to be seeing this weekend, who's right now is the top dog. You got TJ Watt, little brother of JJ Watt, who we just talked about, who's also a monster. And then there's the young lion himself, Micah Parsons.
That guy.
Right now, man, these three, in my opinion, of the current pass rushers in the league, have to be the three that are right now laying the foundation for Hall of Fame type of careers in terms of the pass rusher aspect of it. Am I missing anybody?
Yes, Aaron Donald.
Oh, shit. How can I forget it? You know why? I'm thinking too much of the edge, and I forget. Aaron Donald has done this from a defensive tackle position, and it's insane. It's insane how this man has been able to be such a dominant pass rusher and dominant run stopper from the plug, because you don't normally.
And you're forgetting one more. You're forgetting one more name. Yep.
Hold on.
Ignacio
let me think.
said it. Ignacio just said it.
Oh yes, Von Miller.
He's coming back this week too.
Just yeah. How can I forget, man? Von Miller is a generational pass rusher too. Exactly. I mean, I gotta say it. So those are the current guys right now. I can't really think of anybody off the top of the head. Of course, there's new young talent coming up. I think DeMarcus Lawrence will be one of the best Cowboys edge rushers of all time. But a lot of what Tank does is based on, like, he's a run stopper on that edge. And he brings a lot of pressure, man. People want to hate on him because you don't see the sacks, But y'all don't understand that a lot of what this man does helps out the rest of his line. Look at Randy Gregory. You hear his name this year? No, because
Nope.
he was getting his help off of tank rushing on the other side. So other than guys like that, I think you're right. Von Miller, Michael Parsons, the Bosa brothers, T.J. Watt, and Aaron Donald of the active players right now have to be those guys. But I think Von Miller is a surefire Hall of Famer. He's at the back end of his career. Same with Aaron Donald. As for the other guys, they've laid that foundation now, and they're getting ready to run with it, man, and create
Yeah.
their legacy from the pass rushing standpoint. So I'm going to give you my guys right now, real quick, and then I want you to give me yours. All right. So I'm looking.
Okay.
If we look at just the top 5 sack leaders, top of the list is Bruce Smith with 200
Yep.
sacks. We got Reggie White with 198, Deacon Jones with 173 and a half, Kevin Green with 160, and rounding out the top 5 all-time sack leaders is Julius Peppers at 159 and a half. And I got to tell you, I know how good Julius was. We all do.
Mhm.
But I didn't realize he was top 5 in all-time sacks until I looked at this and I was like,
Yeah,
damn.
because you got to remember how long he played. He
Yeah.
just recently retired a couple years ago. Like Julius Peppers was
16
still
years,
just
17 years in
yeah,
the
he was
league.
he
Damn.
was just still playing a few years ago. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
hasn't been long since he retired. So
All right.
yeah,
So I'm going to give you my top 3 right here, and I'll just put it on the screen so y'all can see. And I'm going to tell you why. So I'm going with Reggie White, number 1. First of all, Reggie White is 2 behind the leader, Bruce Smith, but he played a couple less seasons.
right.
So he did it in a lot less time. And if y'all remember Reggie White, man, I just remember not just with the Eagles, but man, when he went to Green Bay, I mean, the level of dominance this man had as not just a run stopper, but I mean the way he would just run through double teams,
Yeah.
which most of these guys that we're going to talk about today have. They have that ability. But I just remember Reggie White, man, is just this guy that it didn't matter any play that he was in there. Reminds me a lot of like the Lawrence Taylor, Michael Parsons effect, but him as
Yeah.
a pass rusher is that you had to be watching him. All eyes were on him on every single play when he was on defense because you were like, anytime, he's going to make a play. Reggie
Yeah.
White's going to make a play. So he's my number 1 guy, 198 sacks all time. And then number 2, I would go with Bruce Smith because I can't leave Bruce Smith out of the conversation in my top 3 because he has that record. He has
Yeah.
the all-time amount of sacks. And that has to be worth a lot. A lot. The numbers speak for themselves. And number 3, man, Michael Strahan. Now, I may be a little more recency biased with this. I don't know. But I think that season he had, regardless of if you want to say that Favre handed him that single season sack record, whether or not he did, the fact that how dominant he was that year and he continued to be for many years and his Super Bowls, he was such a leader of that defense. Michael Strahan is my number 3 all-time pass rusher. Now, really quick, bro, I want to get into yours, but I want to talk about JP. I told you I would name
Yeah.
who JP said who was his top guy. And when he brought this to me, it was hard. I couldn't argue against it. I didn't try. But I gave him my reason was for being that he's much more than a pass rusher to me. So JP's top guy is Lawrence Taylor, pass rusher. And I get it. 142 sacks, top 10 all time. But to me, I cannot put him as just a pass rusher.
Right.
Like there's a reason that Michael Parsons is getting the comparisons that he does. It's because of the impact of lining up anywhere. You want to put him in coverage. He's going to break out in coverage. He can cover your slot receiver when he has to. He's going to cover your running back coming out of the backfield when he has to in the pass game. That
Hell,
was
he can even
Lawrence
cover
Taylor.
tight end.
Yes, exactly. And that was Lawrence Taylor. He literally revolutionized the defensive position.
Mm-hmm.
Greatest defensive player of all time. So
That
to
first
me,
is-
my
that first and
reasoning,
second position. When you get to
Yeah.
that first, you try to get from that to that second level. That was
Exactly.
You're exactly right. Lawrence Taylor revolutionized how players played those 7 positions
Yes,
in the
yes.
period.
And
Whether it
he
was
was always
Mike
high
Will or Sam
energy.
linebacker
Yeah,
or any of the 4 defensive lineman positions, he made you
yeah.
change the way you played the game.
I
So yes,
love
he was very
my
impactful.
favorite quote from those NFL films was our team, man, when he's like, "Oh, I like this kind of party. It's gonna be
Hmm.
like that today, baby." And I'm like, that just Lawrence Taylor was just he was the epitome of a defensive player. And if any of y'all gonna have him on your list, I'm cool with it. I am. This is just my reasoning for not him being my top guy, because to me, it's kind of like when you see, like in college, when they give the Heisman to a quarterback, and then they give, you know, the quarterback award to another quarterback in college.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? To me, that's what this is. This is like my Heisman for him. He's like my Heisman dude. He's above any single position on that defense, not just
right.
pass rusher. So that's my reasoning. But that was JP's top dude right there, and he gave me very good reasons. I told him, man, you got good points on all of them. So I'm gonna ask you, bro. Give me your top 3 pass rushers of all time.
Well, of course, Reggie White is my number one. Um,
Okay, we agree on that. Cool.
there's you can't. The only way you can take him from being the number one of all time and put him number two is if you were to just put Bruce Smith there because of the sack record.
Right, right, right.
But you want to talk about revolutionizing as helping revolutionize the way the defensive lineman position was played.
Yes, yes.
Reggie White.
The the
He went
impact.
from setting a record in a spring football league, the 1980s NFL, to coming in his rookie year and setting a rookie record for in the NFL. Like Reggie White was that dude. So
Mm-hmm.
gotta have Reggie White number one. Bruce Smith. You come on now. Bruce Smith is Bruce Smith. There's nothing else we can say. He's definitely number
Yeah,
two.
yeah,
Now number
yeah.
three is hard for me because it's out of a few different players. Um,
Okay, okay. Let's hear it. Let's hear
it's hard because like I said, it's out of a few different players, and I even noted them in my phone and shit.
it.
But
That's all good, man.
Kevin Green,
Yes. Number
Julius
4 all time
Peppers,
in sacks. Okay, number 5.
Julius Peppers, Terrell Suggs,
Oh shit. Okay. Okay, Atlanta Falcons.
and D Ware.
See, that one. That one right there. I got to tell you, bro. He is my all-time favorite pass rusher. My all-time favorite defender.
That's crazy. That's lit. But yeah,
You know
it's
what I
out of
mean?
those four. That's why it's so hard to
Yeah.
have a third. So
And
like I'm
you
tied with
know,
those four for my third. Like
okay.
literally. I can't
Let
like I can't think of any reason why one of them was better than the other
Yeah, I
to
got
put
you.
them
I
there. You know
got
what
you.
I mean? I just
Well,
feel
I
like
mean,
those four players were so
Terrell Suggs,
impactful
he is in the
in their
top. He is
eras.
139 sacks for Terrell Suggs all time, and D Ware's right behind him by half
Hmm.
a sack, 138 and a half. So a lot of these guys, if you look at the list, man, of the top 20 pass rushers of all time, or sack leaders, should I say,
Yeah,
they're like very, very
very
close, within
close.
a half a sack and a sack with each other. You have Alan Page was there. A lot of people, Deacon Jones is one that I think a lot of people he gets looked past because the recency factor.
Yeah.
A lot of us didn't get to see Deacon Jones play, just old highlights, but from what I've heard about, he is the all-time sack leader in the third spot, number 3, all-time top 3. And so just from what I've seen from him and from what older people that I know talk about him, he was the epitome of his era for a pass rusher. He was that dude. So
Right.
Deacon Jones is up there, but man, let's talk about our dude DeMarcus Ware, man. I mean, we have to 138 and a half sacks all time.
All
And I got to be honest with you, bro. He is before he came along, my all-time favorite defensive player for the Cowboys was Everson Walls, cornerback back in the 80s. And till D Ware came along, man, and I loved the kind of leader he was, and he was so clutch, bro. You remember Drew Brees, the Saints, Saturday Night Football, undefeated, Week 11. We go into the Superdome. Drew Brees has the ball, fourth down, man. They're driving to win the damn game, and I remember looking at the TV that night and saying, D Ware, we need you right now. Because we had like
What did
playoff
he do?
implications on the line. What the hell did he do? Strip sack, baby. Strip
And
sack to
then we
clinch the
blocked the
game.
field goal. Then we blocked the
Yeah.
field goal that same game, and then we lost in the playoffs. I was so heartbroken. I was so
D Ware,
heartbroken,
though,
man.
yeah, and D Ware was just always so clutch, for the
Anywhere,
Cowboys.
yeah,
Yeah.
anywhere,
And
no
I
matter
gotta
what.
be honest with you, bro. I don't know if you felt the same way. And I hated seeing him leave. I knew why Dallas had to let him walk because he was gonna be asking a lot, and I knew he could still play at a high level, and Dallas just didn't have the money. So I understood the business side. I hated seeing him go. But when he went to Denver with Peyton Manning and Von Miller, I said, oh, go get your ring. Go get your ring, D Ware.
Mhm.
Please go get your ring. I was really rooting for him to get that ring because he's one of
Because he
those players
deserved it,
that
man.
deserved it. Yeah.
Yeah,
And he
and
did.
he
He was a
went
big
over
part of
there.
that defense.
He was that defense. Let's keep it
Him and
real.
Von Miller coming off the
He
edges,
took
bro.
that leadership from the
Yeah.
Cowboys and took it right over to Denver. And him and Von Miller was the leaders of that defense. That's when I say that's what I mean by that. That was their defense. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Peyton
Yes.
Manning was the offense. He was the general. You ask
He
anything you
was.
need for the offense, you go on to Peyton. Hey Peyton, what do I need to do? You know what I mean? Hey Peyton, or Peyton's gonna come to you. Hey, run your route right. Do this, do that,
Yeah.
do this, do that. He's gonna be on your ass. Demarcus and Von Miller do the same thing, and that's
Yeah.
just one thing he never stopped doing, and that's just what made him a great player. No matter where he would have played at, he would have been a great
Yeah.
player, man. So I'm just happy to have him
Absolutely.
in the history books as a Cowboy.
Yeah. And a lot of people have taken, the thing that the little setup that the Canton put, and they put the Broncos stuff up, the jersey, and everybody's like, what the hell? And I remember some people criticizing him, and I'm like, he actually didn't have a say in that. Canton gets to decide the way they
Right.
put the display,
Because at
but
the end of the day, he definitely got his career off the ground and his stardom from the
yeah.
Dallas
Well,
Cowboys
like I tell people, he got his Super Bowl with Denver, but he made his Hall of Fame career
with
in
Dallas.
Dallas.
Yep,
So,
he made his
but yeah,
name in
that's right.
Dallas.
That's right.
So
And in my
because
opinion, he
if
is,
we could have kept him, oh, we would have went to the Super Bowl.
yeah. And in my opinion, he is the best defensive player of all time for the Cowboys, and that says a lot
Hmm.
because the rich history of defenders we've had there: Too
Yeah,
Tall Jones, Randy White, Everson Walls, Deion Sanders,
yeah.
Ken Norton, Charles Haley. Could go on and
Keep
on.
going. I was about to say you can keep
You know
going.
what I'm saying? Yeah, man. So for me to say that, I understand what it means for me to call him, in my opinion, the best defensive player of all time in Cowboys history. Because to be honest, that just tells you how good he really was, man.
Yeah,
Straight up,
definitely,
straight up.
definitely to be one over Dion because Dion will be the second best, then Everson Walls. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because you can't take away what Everson Walls did and interceptions.
no.
You know what I mean?
Everybody wants to talk about blame him for the catch, and I'm like, y'all don't understand. Well, the zone we were playing, that wasn't his man.
Hmm.
Clark wasn't his man. He was just the one. Somebody missed their assignment. He had to try to get to the ball, and he wasn't in position to get there in time. Plus, I mean, it was just a hell of a play by freaking Joe Montana.
Yeah.
But I get so mad as an Everson Walls fan when people try to blame him for that. And I think, to be honest, and it's so unfair, Everson Walls should be in the Hall of Fame. And I think that play is the reason the media, everybody, that pressure for that play has kept him out of the Hall of Fame,
Yeah.
and it's bullshit. He
I agree.
belongs there.
He
He
belongs there
belongs
for
there.
sure. He definitely belongs there. So
So
that's like I
the
said, that's my top 6, I guess.
all
But
right. Yeah.
I got 4 people tied at 3, so like
Yeah.
it's too hard to put
It
one of
is,
them over
man.
the
It's
other
just
for top
it's
3.
really hard when you talk about these, like, there's certain positions where it's just consensus. Quarterback,
Hmm.
Tom Brady.
Yep.
Wide receiver, Jerry Rice.
Yep.
cornerback Deion Sanders, but then there's linebacker Lawrence Taylor. But
Yeah.
there's just certain other positions that you're like, okay, we can have a conversation here, because there's like one that I'd love to touch on in the future would be tight ends. But maybe that's something we can get into in the future because there's a few
Yeah.
guys that have an argument there. But
I
and then of
actually
course
want
I've
to.
done the running back thing too. So
Well, I actually want to touch on this Saturday on the Gridiron. I actually want to touch on who you guys think the top three defense backs were or are of
defensive
all
back. So
time.
we're talking safeties
We're
and everything.
talking safeties and corners.
See, but
So,
how? Oh man, that's crazy. All right, all right,
AG,
all
what's
right,
going
all
on,
right.
Angel?
We'll talk about that, man, on this Saturday. We'll talk about that definitely. Angel, what is up, brother? It's all good, man. You did miss the all-time pass rusher conversation. We just ended it, bro. Come on now. You know what, Angel? I'm not mad at you, bro. I'm just a little hurt, all right, because you went your first year in fantasy football. You're gonna come into my league and beat me, man. Ah, damn it.
I did too, though.
Yeah, you did, man. You did.
I'm 3-1.
But you know what? I'm telling y'all. When it's all said
3-game
and
winning
done,
streak.
I'm gonna get my way into the playoffs. Y'all gonna see. You guys are
Jalen
gonna
Hurts
see.
carrying me to the playoffs. I'm just say that.
Okay.
Jalen Hurts
Okay.
carrying me to playoffs. Jalen Hurts and
Dallas
Bijan
Crockett, the
Robinson.
beast tight end for the Colts. What's up, Anthony? Glad you can join us again this week, brother. Appreciate
Hold on,
you.
Anthony.
And you know what? You know what, man? Hold that thought because maybe in a couple weeks we'll get into that tight end conversation. Because I think there is a handful of guys that have an argument in that conversation. Maybe about 3 that have the strongest, but that'd be a fun one. The tight end position is a fun one to talk about, man. So we'll get into that.
Definitely.
All right, Angel says, no, sorry, because not nothing personal. Yeah. All right, man, whatever. All right, because you know what? You know what? I'm gonna tell you something right now, bro.
JP or Ignacio, save that for Saturday. Save it for Saturday.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Saturday,
we'll
come
talk
on.
about that.
And we'll talk about that. So, all right, y'all. Let's get it on. We got to get right into our NFL Week 4 recap because we had a lot of questions about this past week. What was going to be going on? Which teams were for real? After watching Miami and that, I don't even want to say beat down of Denver because it was like I don't know if there's even a word for what the hell they did to Denver. I mean, that 70 points that they hung on Denver in week 3. So we were wondering, okay, well, they're going into Buffalo. We talked about that one last week. I picked Buffalo to win this one. You picked Miami. Now,
don't even remind me. Hi, B. How you doing today, B? Thank you for showing
up. What's up, Miss B?
I don't even want to talk about this. Why are you doing me like this, bro? I'm looking the other way. I can't even look.
Oh, you're going to look the other way. So you don't want to talk about that right now. You want to talk about that right now.
Bro,
no.
You see how bad that was?
Yeah, it was. Bro. It was. All right, man. So we get into the, of course, what ended up happening. The Bills continued what we saw in week 3 when they put a beat down on Washington. They brought that into week 4 at home.
Did they?
Did their thing, man. 48-20. I don't even think this game was ever close.
No.
It was just they kind of just got to lead it. Yeah, it was a runaway, man. And
Stephon Diggs. That's all I'm saying. Stephon Diggs.
What I tell you.
He started that game off for them in a major way, and that touchdown when he broke through them tackles and just spun out of there and ran, it was over from there. It was over from there. Miami tried to battle, but 20 points. You gave up 48 after you just put a shellacking on Denver the week before and put up 70, and you come in here and do that. I'm so impressed of Tua's maturity. Because if you notice in that press conference,
I am too, bro.
After the game, even though he said some of us, he really made a statement like, "Yo, we needed that loss. It humbled us."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some of us it humbled. The ones that didn't humble, like these announcers or these guys on television have been saying, we'll let these guys know what it is. You're the leader of that team. So you get all them guys who ain't humbled and still worrying about those 70 points you put up. You know what I mean? You get on their ass and make sure they get with the program and know that 70 don't mean nothing no more. Just got spanked and gave up 48.
And that's the thing, man. It's not like this was a game that went down to the wire. If they went blow for blow with the Bills, like this was that humbling wake up call because it was like, man, we kicked ass last week, and then they're like, oh shit, we just got our asses handed to us. It
And put
wasn't
up
like,
the
man,
same
but we
amount
still
of
played
points.
well. No, yeah,
Put up the same amount of points as your opponent put up last week. 20. Y'all stomped them by 50 and then got stomped by 28. Damn near 30 points. Come on now. Come on now.
I mean, Josh Allen, 21 of 25, bro. Damn.
Yeah.
320 yards,
He went
4
crazy.
touchdowns, man. That was crazy.
Yeah,
he did. He did.
He made a statement.
And, but Stephon Diggs, man, 6 catches, 120 yards, 3 touchdowns. I done told y'all he was going to have a game, and he did. But, it was weird, man. Like when me and you talked afterwards, it was like this guy was like a point guard. Like he was getting double teamed. But, as soon as the play would break down and Josh Allen would roll out, he would just split the defense. And it was crazy because he was getting open between the safeties and the cornerbacks. And then he was making big plays with his legs after the catch.
Yeah.
Hell of a game.
Bills just made a statement.
Yeah. My issue with the Bills, though, is the same issue I've had with them all these years. And I know it's not okay, you can call it nitpicking after they just whoop some ass on a really, really good Miami team.
Right.
But because this is going to take place, this is going to be needed in the playoffs. I'm still not seeing that strong running game. James Cook was supposed to be that dude. You got Murray. They let Damian Harris walk. And, I mean, you had Latavius Murray had led all rushers with 32 yards. Right. So I'm thinking to myself, this is fine. This is cool. Whatever. It is what it is. But when you get in the playoffs, this is what's killed Buffalo. No run game. They become one-dimensional. I'm sorry, your quarterback cannot be your running back, and you expect to get to a Super Bowl that way. Or win a
James
Super Bowl.
Cook more.
Yes.
Like James Cook is really good running between the tackles. And if you get him out in space on those little pop screens or some of those little dump routes for those little drag curls and stuff like that, bro, he's very elusive. So he can make moves. He can make moves and get through the lane if he has to. And if he has to break it out towards the sidelines, he can do that and still get you yards. So start utilizing him, and that's the thing that Buffalo has been failing to do, and that's what has caused so many issues with Josh Allen and his turnovers. Because when you've gotten your quarterback going to one-dimensional and he's sitting here throwing the ball majority of the game, or he's sitting here throwing the ball and trying to be the running back majority of the game, they know what's going to happen. You're not utilizing that
they
running
become
back,
one-dimensional.
so we're not worried about the running back.
They start blitzing him. They're not worried about him handing the ball off.
Exactly.
When they're saying, well, you don't have nobody back there that scares us, if we're not playing run. So until that changes, I need to see. It's still young in the season. So we're going to see if they can get that going. But, I mean, either way, that's just nitpicking, like I said. They put a beat down.
They still made a statement against an elite team on offense and defense.
They did.
So their defense isn't so
and
much
I'm laughing
elite,
now, man, because
it's just a talented defense. They have a very talented
I'm listening to NFL radio today, and they're like, well, it's flipped now. After that game, Josh Allen is the consensus favorite for MVP. And I'm like, man, y'all gonna be changing this shit every week because last week it was Tua.
How? Tua still should be number one.
I agree.
Then it should be Christian McCaffrey. Then we should be looking at Micah Parsons.
Thank you. I am glad that you brought up McCaffrey because we talked about that the other night, man. And we said, I know it's generally a quarterback's award, which I still hate that. But McCaffrey is making a case from the running back position. He's making that case that Derrick Henry did a couple years ago when Henry was in that conversation.
And Cheetah's making a case for the wide receivers.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. There's
we're
players
at
that
2 quarterbacks. If you want to say top 5 of the MVP race, Right now, we're looking at two quarterbacks, and because you know Pat Mahomes is going to be there, so you're looking at
Yeah,
Tua and Patrick Mahomes, but then you're also looking at Christian McCaffrey,
yeah,
Micah Parsons,
yeah.
and possibly
What
who did I
about
just say?
what about Bosa? 49ers. What do you think? I think he's that impact that he has on that defense
He's he's
is
he's making an impact. He's making an
you think it's
impact,
enough? You
but
think it would be enough that if he keeps this up, that it would put him in the
yeah,
MVP
well,
conversation?
not in the
Yeah,
MVP
okay.
conversation. I don't
But
know.
defensive player, yeah,
Defensive Player of the
yeah.
Year.
Well, he is
Um,
the reigning defensive player of the
he
year.
is, but
So
this and the only reason why I don't see him in the conversation of MVP yet above Micah Parsons, and it's not being biased because I'm a Cowboys fan. It's just I'm looking at it from a play view as a former player myself.
yeah,
Micah Parsons is making an impact without even touching the quarterback.
and
Micah Parsons is allowing Micah
yeah, the
Parsons is
impact.
is making such an impact that other players on the line and that linebacking core are making impactful plays now. They're becoming an impact. They're
Yeah,
becoming difference makers on our defense. So that's why I say, like, if you really look at the 49ers defense, let's keep it real. They're not blowing teams out.
no, no.
Let's let's keep it 100. They
I mean,
gave up
yeah,
points to the Cardinals just like we did. The difference is our offense didn't show up and our
yeah.
defense didn't show up like it was supposed to.
Unfortunately,
But we only
yeah.
gave up 28 points to them. The Cardinals still scored what, almost 20 something points against the 49ers yesterday or
You're
this
talking
past
about
Sunday.
this past week. The score. I got it right here. They guys had 16. It's 35 to
So
16. But there was a point when they were within a touchdown. They had come
so
back because they were
at
getting
the end of
blown
the
out, and they
day,
came back.
there are some holes in all of our defense. What's going on, Mike? Prada, welcome in. Prado, excuse me. Welcome
Mike,
in.
what is up, Mike?
But yeah,
Glad you can join
definitely
us, man.
there's some holes in a lot of defenses around the league. You know what I mean? If you take Chris Jones out of the Kansas City Chiefs defensive line, you got a lot of holes. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? That defense is opened up now. But if you look at it, like I was saying, you go back to the game against I forgot who it was. I think it was week 2 with the 49ers. Who I forgot who they played, but week 2, the team that they were playing, they kept giving up the Rams. They kept giving up that short pass. They
yeah,
kept giving up the field. And the Rams were just taking advantage of it.
yeah.
It was
They
just
won that game by a touchdown.
by only a
So it wasn't like
touchdown.
a blowout. Yeah, yeah,
And it would have been another touchdown if Sean McVay would have went for it instead of going for the field goal just to piss off
yeah.
Mad Dog from because he placed a bet. He placed a bet that the Niners would cover the 7-point spread, and you have to win by 7.5. That 3 points put them right at 7, so he definitely lost that. But in my opinion, that's what put Micah Parsons in that conversation above Nick Bosa right
Yeah.
now, because Nick Bosa is not making that big of an impact to where other players on his defense are stepping up and making big plays. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
On
because
a
if I'm gonna
constant
be
basis.
honest, with you, bro, on that defense, the one player that could maybe be more impactful to that defense is Fred Warner, a
He is more
linebacker.
impactful.
He is. He is. That guy, I guarantee you, you take him out, I think they have a worse defense than they would with him in there and without Bosa.
Hey, Jackie Ford, welcome in. That's what I'm talking about, Jackie.
What's up, Jackie?
That's 210 Brahma.
Okay, okay.
Thank you for
Glad you
being
could
here.
join us, Jackie. Appreciate you. Hey, so before we move on from this Bills and Miami game, now we talked about MVP. You mentioned Tyreek Hill. Okay, so let me ask you a question. And I agree with you that Tua right now to me should be the front runner. He is the front runner. He is like I've said, I think he can get it done there as long as I see him stay healthy. I'm good with it. But Tyreek Hill, do you think that this man, no matter where he goes, I just have this thing that he probably makes whoever his quarterback is an
Better.
MVP candidate.
Yes, because he's
You know
able to
what I
get
mean?
open anywhere. Anywhere on the field that man can get
You
open.
see them try to bump him at the line, and he runs those quick slants, gets the ball, and then makes people miss.
Mm-hmm.
It's
And he's
crazy,
so
man. The man,
fast.
yeah,
He's so fast. He beats you, that hand's going up. As soon as
yeah,
he beats you, I'm there. Give me the ball. You know what I mean? And all Tua got to do is just. And then the beautiful thing about Tua being a left-handed quarterback, whenever Tyreek is on the right-hand side and he beats you deep, Tua can just literally just
yes,
and put it
yeah,
right in the
yeah.
basket because it's him throwing from the left to the right
The,
side of
the
the field.
crazy thing about Tyreek too is how small he is. But there have been times where Tua like underthrows it and it's a contested catch. And I'm like, how
He's
the
just
hell does Tyreek go up and get it? Like the dude plays the ball like a possession receiver when he has
mhm.
to against bigger cornerbacks.
He's
And I'm like,
small, but he
yeah,
plays big. He
it's
plays so
crazy.
big.
It's
He
crazy,
plays
man.
so much bigger
Would
than
you
what he
would
is,
you
man.
agree with me right now, 4 weeks in, saying that him and Stephon Diggs are the two best receivers so far this season in the league?
Yeah, yes, it's
I'm good
it's
with that. Yeah.
completely shown. And even with Stephon Diggs having a rough game earlier this season, you know what I mean, especially
Yeah.
against the Jets, such a great game. Then the chemistry really wasn't there between him and Josh. But I definitely think that on and Tyreek are the two best receivers right now in the
Right
league.
now. Yeah.
And I think
Now,
Tyreek has the opportunity. I think if Tyreek Hill gets that 2K or more, or even gets close to 3K
yeah.
yards, yeah, he has. If
Yeah.
he's not in the MVP conversation, there's something wrong with the NFL.
Yeah.
And
It's gonna be
they should say that the MVP is specifically for quarterbacks because if
yeah,
you're
I
not going to
agree.
give
I've gotten to the point where I'm like, you know what, just give the quarterback their own damn award.
right
Okay,
and
because
and,
it's
and really
almost like it
base
don't
the
matter how good you play out.
MVP
Yeah,
award,
on impact players. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. No,
exactly,
what you were just about to say. Give that MVP award to impact players at other positions because there's
exactly.
people like Micah Parsons, like Fred Warner, who impact the entire game just by being there. They impact
Base
an
it
entire game plan.
base it off of who's the best at each position.
Yes. Yeah.
That would be a better way to do the MVP. Who's the
And you know,
best
I,
at
I
the
get I
quarterback
get the
position?
quarterback thing.
Who's
I
the
get
best
it
at the
because
running
the
back position?
quarterback is the quarterback is the field general. I get it. I get that. We've all seen it. As Cowboys fans, when that your Dak went down, we've seen how big an impact it can be when you lose your
Hmm.
quarterback.
Yeah.
That's why, yes, just give them
But
their
we
own
see
damn
how
award.
big of an impact it is losing a number one
Yeah,
cornerback like Trayvon Diggs.
yeah,
You
yeah,
see
yeah.
how impactful the New England Patriots defense
And
is about
I'm
to
so
be
glad. I'm
without
just so glad you're saying
Matthew
this right
Judon.
now
And you know what
because
I mean?
yeah. Let's get
I
into
really
that one.
but I really feel before we jump into this, I really feel that the MVP should be looked at and viewed and awarded based off of who basically I feel like this. Your defensive player of the year winner, your offensive player of the year winner, and then people at specific positions. Who's the
Yeah,
best quarterback, who's the best running back, who's the best this, who's the best that, and then you go and put them in a pool, and then you vote
yeah,
on the MVP because your quarterback
yeah.
may not always win. Just saying.
No, no, you're right. You're absolutely right. So now let's move on. Cowboys and Patriots. We both talked about this last week, and we said this was going to say a lot more about this Cowboys team
Mhm.
than the Arizona game did because we wanted to see how they responded. And I really think that I would have been happy with a win if it was a close win, but I think that would have been more of a damn, we still don't know about this team. But I
Right.
think out of 4 games, when you see 3 dominant performances, I think it's safe to say that that's the Cowboys team that we are this year. And they sent a message in this game. Um, I mean, now the Patriots, man, you got to straight up. You just talked about that with them losing Jude on this game, and then cornerback Christian Gonzalez halfway through this game, he goes out for the game. That was big. They were already on an uphill climb. So when they
Right.
lost these 2 guys, it was like, okay, now it's just a matter of the Patriots just trying to get out of this game and lick their wounds.
Mm.
This is another one of those, bro, that it never really looked close. I mean, the Patriots had that first drive that looked really promising, and they get down there, and then after that, man, the Dallas defense took over. The offense
Yeah.
became efficient again, and started opening it up a little bit more than weeks before the Cowboys did. But I really like the fact that in the red zone, we talked about they need to start getting the ball. Lupke, the rookie in there, he got himself a touchdown. Ferguson got really involved. I mean, this connection with Dak is really starting to pay off, which is why I'm still going to say it. I was still very irritated that we took Shoemaker as high as we did because we didn't need a tight end that high. But
that's a tight end we need. That's a tight end we
Ferguson,
need for the future.
Ferguson, though, man. Yeah, Ferguson, though, he does look like the guy at tight end now. So that was a big connection. And overall, we didn't see our big playmakers do things, but we did everything really well once again. Defense dominated. Give me your thoughts on this ball game, brother.
I actually thought it was going to be a closer game. I mean, especially
so did I. That makes two of us.
From the defensive side of the New England Patriots. I mean, that's what their team is right now. Defense, you know what I mean? And
even Ignacio says it too, you know.
Oh yeah, and that's one thing I'm about to just get into. I wasn't expecting a blowout at all. I expected this game to be a little bit closer. I expected New England to possibly score at least 10 points. I was giving them at least
touchdown.
Right, I was giving them at least 10 points, you know, with a field goal and a touchdown. But I expected our defense to have a dominant showing against their offense because it's not clicking. That offensive line is not gelling. There's not a lot of good players on that offensive line, and with that, there's a lot of slack coming back on Mac Jones. And I respect the hell out of Bill Belichick for what he said in the press conferences about why he benched Mac Jones. There was no reason to leave him out there. We're getting blown out.
People think he was getting benched because he wasn't performing. He got benched because they're trying to keep him healthy.
Is he getting benched and not starting next week? There was no reason to keep him out there.
No, none at all.
That's all he kept saying. He didn't say that he's benched for next week or none of that nonsense. He said there is no reason to leave him out there, which there wasn't. You're getting blown out by something point. You're getting blown out. It was 31-3 at the time that he took Mac Jones. I was like, there's no reason to leave you in the game. So at the end of the day, the media that's the one thing I hate about the media. They just to make things more than what they really are.
They're looking. All they like to do is just kick up dust, man. You know what I'm saying? So, and Bill Belichick ain't having that. He ain't having that with the media. He never has
at all.
Been having.
He's not going to play that game with none of them.
No.
But I respect what he did with Dak at our press conference when he came out and talked, and he got right on that dumbass reporter who wanted to bring up the fact that the 49ers eliminated us from the playoffs in 2 years.
I love what he says. What he's like, you just want to make me mad. Yeah, thank you. Right before we're playing them again, that's what I wanted.
I appreciate that. This is he said exactly. Oh, thank you. You just wanted to piss me off. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. You know, and he tried to continue saying what he was saying, but he was like, you know what?
I'm loving that from Dak, though, man. I'm loving that from Dak.
I don't want him to go out there and try to do too much. I want him to just go in and stick with the game plan and continue playing the way he's been playing. Just be a little bit more efficient as far as how he plays against the 49ers. Be more efficient how you've been in these games that we've had blowouts. Come on now. You just started in week 2, you started the game with 13 straight completions before you threw his first incomplete pass. We need to see that. You know what I mean? We need to see that consistency.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care if it's going to be a grinded out. I'm okay with that. If we're going into the fourth quarter and it's a 1-score game, either up or down, I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with it because I know there's a chance.
Yeah.
But I didn't blow out like this against
now this game. I didn't either. I expected a close
Bill Belichick
game.
defense. I didn't expect, especially with Matthew Judon. Come on now, the way Gonzalez has been playing for them this year, and then for them two to go down, this hurts the New England team for the rest of the season. I guarantee you. For however long they're going to be out.
I felt bad for Gonzalez, man, because I've been really high on this dude since he was in college, and I was really surprised that he dropped out of the top 10. You know, there was other cornerbacks being taken before him. And I was like, what are y'all doing? And he's been probably the best rookie cornerback this year. Yeah. So I'm wondering, I don't know how long he's going to be out, but that's a big blow to them along with Judon. Now, the Cowboys defensive side of the ball, though, we both were telling people. We were sitting here telling people about DeRon Bland. DeRon Bland, we told y'all He was a ball hawk. Okay? We've been
Damn sure
telling y'all.
did.
And
Damn sure
damn,
did.
two interceptions, took one. When he got that one, stepped in, I'm like, the minute he stepped on it, I said, to the house.
To the house. Yep.
To the house.
I said he's
To the
gone.
house.
He's gone. Even on that
Yeah.
second one, I was like, oh, he's gonna be a problem this season.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a
Yeah.
problem this season. Y'all just unleashed a beast. Y'all moved him from
This
what?
defense
Y'all
was
just unleashed a
all
beast.
over the place, bro. I
Mhm.
mean, we saw the pickups, the scoop and score by Van Der Esch, who was right
Yep.
there. I saw
My
Van
boy
Der Esch
Dante
plugging the
Fowler
gaps
with
on the run game.
with the sack fumble.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Get your boy Dante Fowler in there. Show some love. You
See,
feel
we
me?
got
We're
depth, man.
coming.
We got depth. And
That's doomsday defense,
I'm
baby.
still seeing some people complaining. They're like, I'm not hearing Mozzie Smith's name. I'm like, okay, is that a bad thing? I'm sorry, but defensive tackle, run stoppers, you don't normally hear their name. If you're hearing Mozzie Smith's name too much during the broadcast, that's because he's getting beat.
Mhm.
All right. We're not hearing his name. So guess what? That's a good thing, especially when the Patriots are putting 3 points on the board and their running backs are ineffective. Zeke and
Exactly.
Stevenson.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
we were able to put our second string offense and
yeah.
seconds in, and he didn't really have to do much. You're gonna hear Mozzie Smith's name when needed. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Mozzie Smith's name is gonna be said in a good way and spoken about in a good way when needed. Just slow your roll. Let him
But
develop.
like I tell people,
He's a
when you've got
rookie.
these
Let him
guys that are
develop.
when you got a run stopper in there, if you're not hearing their name and the other teammate racking up run yards, probably because it's a good thing. He's probably doing
He
his
ain't
job.
got to do, or he's on the bench because they ain't running the ball.
Yeah, exactly.
Passing the ball because we got
Yeah.
so many damn points already, and our
Yeah.
defense has been shutting them down that they have to throw the ball. So at the end of the day, why are you complaining that you're not hearing Mozzie Smith's name? You want
That's
him
it.
to be starting over Odigizua?
No.
Sorry,
Mozzie
Smith's good, but he ain't better than Osa. Sorry.
Let me tell y'all something, man. There's a reason defensive tackles aren't normally taken in the first round, unless it's for a need like we had. And that's because defensive tackles are there to do the dirty work.
Exactly.
Right? So he's not, unless you're like a generational talent like Aaron Donald, who's going to be an impact pass rusher from that same position, then that's not why Mozzie was taken. All right? We expect this man to have growing wins. We expect him to get better as the year goes on. I've been trying to tell people this, Jersey, all season. I remember in the first game, people were like, oh, where was Mozzie? Or in preseason. I'm like, really, y'all? He's a
He's supposed to
rookie.
be starting over
I hate the fact
Osa.
that I hate the fact that people have gotten this thing in their head now in the NFL that if you're taken in the first round, I don't care if you're a rookie, you need to be an impact player. I'm sorry, the higher percentage of those first round picks aren't going to make an impact in that first year. You're going to get a handful of them. That's it.
Unless they're just that type of talent.
Yes,
where
exactly.
they can come
I mean,
from
look at Bryce Young. Look at the struggle Bryce Young's having. CJ Stroud's one of the few.
CJ Stroud, who's over there doing his thing.
Y'all.
Anthony Richardson just came back from concussion and doing his thing. That's
but they're
the
losing
difference.
Still, though. Yeah. No,
so
but you're right.
He's on a team that doesn't have a damn running back right now, or don't have their running back right now. I'm just saying.
They're getting him back. They're getting him too.
I'm just saying there's a certain amount of, like you said, number one draft picks who aren't going to come in and make that impact like that because there's no need for them to.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, everybody got to understand, Mozzie Smith is not going to start over Odigizua. Odigizua is on his third season, just like Michael Parsons. He came in the exact same year Michael Parsons came in when we drafted all them defensive players. He came in the exact same year. He was an impact player just like Michael Parsons. The only difference was Michael Parsons outshined him as a rookie. So that's why his stardom is a lot higher. That's why his name gets mentioned. But if you notice, over the last 2 seasons, including what we've gotten so far this season, Osa Odigizua was up there in sacks. Osa is up there,
and he's getting better, man. That's a scary thing.
Run stop tackles, TFLs, the whole nine. So you're not gonna see Mozzie Smith in there that much because Osa Odigizua is doing his thing.
You know what people don't realize is Dan Quinn and Mike McCarthy, they know what they got with Mozzie. They know why they took Mozzie. Because they're like, we're going to develop him all year long. because the reason he was brought there is for the postseason in case we got to
Exactly.
take on Philly or San Francisco.
Yep.
By the
Because if we have to
postseason,
run
Mozzie is
two,
going to be the player that they want him to be.
because if we have to run 2 defensive tackles,
Yeah.
you gotta put Osa Digizua and then Mozzie Smith right next to each other. Them
Mm,
offensive lines is gonna be scared. They're gonna be a little
yeah.
scared. All
Yeah.
right, I'm telling you. So
But you know what I love? What I love though, when the Cowboys blow a team out like this, when the hater fans, when they're just looking for anything, that their biggest complaint is not hearing Mozzie's name, I'm like, that's a good thing. Now stop complaining and enjoy the damn win. That's all I'll say. All right, man. We had one more game that we touched on last week. This one shouldn't take us long because it went down exactly as we expected, which was last night's debacle. Oh, bro, that Giants offensive line. I know I said it before the season started. Brought new players in, and I know they don't have Andrew Thomas. I get it, but still, young new talent. I said they should be better. Are they worse than they were last year? This offensive line is bad. Dang.
bro, the Giants are garbage. That's what when they're called the G-men, that's what it stands for. The garbage men. Okay? That's how bad they are, bro. They are garbage.
I like that shit. I like that.
Because
Damn.
at the end of the day, you're this bad without Saquon Barkley. Your running back is getting stopped on every single run attempt. Come on. Come on. Yes, complete ass. The Giants smell like hot ass, hot garbage, and dead people. Okay? That's how bad they are in the field. That's how bad they stink. All right? It's atrocious. You got the nerve to give Daniel Jones all this men have the nerve to call him Danny Dimes? What dimes are you throwing? The best player out there last night for both the offense and the defense was Kayron Thibodeau.
Yeah. Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
There was no one else. Darren Waller.
The one thing
where the
about
hell are
last
you
night,
at?
and I know you're not gonna like this, and I'm not. In no way am I giving anybody a pass, most especially Daniel Jones last night, because if you are a $40+ million quarterback, you got to try to make plays. You got to make plays. You have Waller there. You know, actually, Breida was actually running pretty good early in the game. He was catching passes out of the backfield. So by no means is this a pass, but that offensive line was the worst performance by any positional player, any unit that I saw all weekend.
They worst.
That offensive line for the Giants last night. We already know there's the Daniel Jones criticism, and it's founded. It is. But when you have a quarterback who already takes that criticism, and then you get an offensive line performance like last night, dog, like
Danny Crimes. I love it because he robbed their ass. He robbed them.
Yeah.
He took all that money to not do nothing this season.
Let me tell you something now, man. But that offensive line, offensive line last night, though, let's be honest, man.
Atrocious.
I was watching him, and the minute he took that 3-step drop, there was somebody on his ass. I was like, what the hell are y'all doing? You can't even give this man a chance to plan his interception?
Bro, like,
you know what I'm saying?
Y'all keep saying DJ is a slow starter. A slow starter at what? The games or the season?
Both.
Well, like, what are we looking at here? My uncle said that Daniel Jones is a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. I laughed so hard, I hurt myself even more. Because, what are you talking about? When? Where? What are you watching? Because this dude's a bum. He's a bum. I'm sorry. Drew Lock came in the game and scored a damn touchdown. and
point.
outperformed him.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah.
And Drew Lock's a bona fide
And
backup.
I'm going to be honest with you, man. Seattle last night
Devin
did not look
Witherspoon.
impressive to me, though.
Devin Witherspoon
I mean, Metcalf,
on defense.
they got Weatherspoon looked good. Yeah.
Devin Witherspoon on
But
defense.
outside
That
of a
rookie.
few individual performances, they're
Yeah, that
still
offense.
struggling with those
that
weapons.
offense.
I'm sorry, you have Lockett there. You have Kenneth Walker there. You have Metcalf
Smith
there.
Smith and Jigba.
Smith and Jigba. Like, I'm just. At what point do we start saying Geno? Has Geno taken a step back? I get it. We're only a quarter of the way through the season now. But this is the time. I've always said it. By week 4, this is when you have to, okay, the rust is gone.
Right.
The chemistry should be getting back now.
By the time week 4 came around last season, where was Geno Smith's name?
Yeah.
Constantly being talked about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at resurgence of Geno Smith. Look at the resurgence of Geno Smith. That was already through week 4.
Yeah.
What the hell's going on, Geno?
Because you're not looking as good.
3-1. You got that money.
I get it. I get it.
They're
Like 3-1 right now, but they're 3-1 right now, but they have not looked impressive. Their offense looked a hell of a lot better last season than it's looking right now. So the Seahawks, man, 3-1. Y'all got to get it together. Now, I think they go on a bye next week, so I'm not seeing them on the schedule. So maybe when they come back, they got a little bit together now. The bye weeks begin. So all y'all doing fantasy, make sure you check your lineups, everything. Replace your players that you need to, man. This is why you have a bench. It's for bye weeks. So y'all make sure to be getting on that, all right? Now.
And just so y'all know, Devin Witherspoon, that rookie cornerback for Seahawks, just keep paying attention to his name for Defensive Player of the Year conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Geno did get injured, but he came back in the game in the second half.
Honestly, who does he have besides Barkley? You know what, though? I'm sorry. Hyatt, last night, I'm watching the Manning brothers broadcast of the game, and you can see Peyton is I was as frustrated as Peyton because I was thinking the same thing. Why the hell is Jay and Hyatt on the bench? Why was he on the bench? Why are you not? You're losing the damn game by 2 scores. Okay? You're not giving Danny Dimes enough time. Yes, I said it, Danny Dimes. You're not giving Daniel Jones enough time to throw the ball. So guess what? What do you say? You know what? We went and drafted this speedster for a reason. Fuck it. Let's just call a hot route, man. I did not see that. Two damn plays by the fourth quarter in which he threw that were over 20 yards. That's unacceptable.
Brian Daboll just come on, man.
I don't know what Daboll was doing. I don't know
why. How do you put all your trust into Daniel Jones?
Yeah.
How do you put your trust into
I was getting
Daniel
so
Jones,
frustrated, bro. Like Jalen Hyatt is just give the guy a chance. But you cannot give him a chance if you have him on the bench in second and third down. It was just weird to me, man. So they have playmakers there. There's guys there they can use, but is it Daniel Jones? Is it the offensive line? It's everything. It's Barkley not being there. Whatever it is, they better get on top of it real fast, bro, because we're a quarter of the way through the season.
They're going to have to put Kayron Thibodeau on offense and defense. The only one being impactful. I'm just saying, I don't know.
All right, man. Now, let's keep rolling on, man. So I want to get into our Week 5 preview. I got 3 games. Now, the first one is, I don't know if y'all got up early. I did for the Jacksonville game this past week. Watched Jacksonville beat Atlanta, as I expected, in London. And we've joked about Jacksonville being the future, London team. It's starting to look that way because they got back-to-back games there now.
Right.
It's Sunday. It's going to be another 7:30 a.m. kickoff, y'all, on Eastern time. Mountain time. I'm sorry, 5:30 a.m. Pacific time. You guys are an hour behind us, right?
6:30 because it's at 9:30 Eastern.
Okay, so now
and this
we got
time
Jacksonville.
Bills are actually at home, aren't they?
Well, they're the home team.
They're going to be the home team.
This is Jacksonville's home. That's like their home away from home. Basically, another home field for Jacksonville. But okay, so we saw Jacksonville. It was a hard-fought win last week. I thought the offense started to finally get it together a little bit. And the problem isn't Trevor Lawrence, man. He's like, I think he's got like the second highest drop rate of receivers so far this season. So they're starting to
Except for
get
when
it
he give
together.
Calvin Ridley the ball. When he give Calvin Ridley
Oh,
the ball, he's getting catches. He
yeah,
knows that's a
yeah.
for
And I
sure.
think teams know
It's
this, though. I mean,
yeah,
Atlanta was doubling on Ridley all game, which is why Kristen Kirk had himself a game.
yeah.
So we saw what Buffalo did. Now they're traveling to London. The kind of layover didn't really seem to affect Atlanta all that much. We just knew Jacksonville would win this because they can pass the ball. Atlanta, all they're doing is running the ball. They got behind, and that was it.
Hmm.
A whole different beast, though, coming to London with Buffalo this week. They're rolling right now, man. I'm gonna tell you straight up, I I want to pick Jacksonville in this game. I do, but I can't.
Me
I
neither.
got to go with the hot team right now. I got to go with Buffalo. I don't even know if Jacksonville makes this close. I think they have the offense to do it. I just haven't seen enough of it yet consistently, especially from their defense. I don't know if they have anybody that's going to be able to contain Diggs and those dudes. I got the Bills winning this game. 7 points. What do you
I
say?
got the Bills winning by a blowout, unless Trevor Lawrence and those receivers can exploit those defensive back issues that the Bills sometimes have. And
Yeah.
with them
Oh,
losing
Tre'Davious.
Tre'Davious White,
Yes. Yes, that's
for
big.
the
That
season,
is big.
he's
That's
done for the
big.
season.
Oh my God.
So changes a little bit. This gives Jacksonville somewhat of a chance to exploit some of those
Well, and the
holes.
receivers are there to do it.
Exactly,
They
especially
they got the
Calvin Ridley.
receivers.
If you give Calvin Ridley enough time to pick on that rookie or that backup cornerback that's going to be replacing Tre'Davious White or whatever position, that's a big loss. That's a big loss, and that could be exploited. So I'm not choosing Jacksonville to win, but if Trevor Lawrence does find a way to, I think that they can make it a competitive game. But I still feel
Uh-huh.
the
And
Bills will
I
win
still
by at
think
least
I think that's
14 or more.
that, and I think that's why I have Jacksonville keeping it close. I that Tre'Davious White hit was just big. It's big.
Hmm.
Talking about an elite cornerback.
Going out for the
Now,
season. That's like
yes,
that's like Trayvon going down for us.
yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it was for them. Now, when I'm looking at the reason I'm thinking Jacksonville can exploit that pass game, Christian Kirk should automatically have a mismatch, but the one guy I think that is going to have a mismatch is going to be Zay Jones. He's the guy they love to use to stretch the field.
Yeah,
And when I'm looking at the depth chart, man, I mean, there's a very good possibility that because I don't know if they're going to get Poyer back this week. We don't know that. Micah
right.
Hyde's still there, but either way, they're going to probably need some safety help with Ridley. Otherwise, Ridley's going to go off.
Hmm.
When I'm looking at their other cornerbacks, I mean, really, are we talking about having Dane Jackson, covering Zay Jones? That's a mismatch.
Right.
You're going to have DeMar Hamlin out there, and it's no disrespect to Hamlin because of his story, but the truth is he is not that good of a player. He really is not that great of a player. So when you have to bring him up, if Jordan Poyer doesn't play and Hamlin has to play, I think these receivers are going to have an opportunity. Now, with
Hmm.
that said, if Von Miller comes back this week, and if
Oh, he is.
even like a rusty 80% Von Miller is
You're
going to
done.
have an impact. He's going to have an impact.
Yep.
Trevor Lawrence is going to have to go back to using his legs. He did that against Atlanta. We hadn't seen him do that since college. So he might have to start doing that. But I got Jacksonville keeping it close. But you got Buffalo winning by blowout. I got
At
Buffalo
least 14. At
winning by
least
7.
14 or more.
Okay. Okay. So we both got Buffalo winning this game. Now, this one I thought was a really very interesting ball game. We don't know yet about Pickett. Where is he's day to day, from what Tomlin said. I'm like, y'all might be better off not even putting him in the damn game. To be honest,
Yeah, because
these
that
Ravens are
that
at three and
Ravens
one, and the
defense.
Ravens have won some ugly games, but damn that defense. That defense is just they run the ball and they play defense. It's what the Ravens do. It's the story every year.
Hmm.
And that doesn't make it any easier to stop.
And they're trying to get Lamar more balanced with the passing.
Yeah.
And once that does happen, they're gonna be scary. They're gonna be
Yeah.
scary. But
Well,
this game,
what they did to the Browns this week, I knew everybody was talking about that rookie quarterback from the Browns, how he looked good in the preseason. I was like, I don't care. Against this Ravens defense, no, it's not gonna happen. We saw that. It was a blowout, 28-3. Lamar Jackson did his thing, but that defense did their thing. And the fact that they put up 28 points on that defense, that Browns elite defense, that was impressive. I don't know
but
if
I
I
was
could
much impressed with the defense.
the Ravens defense.
Because who the hell did you really play against?
Exactly.
Who did you really have to stop?
They had a rookie
Deshaun's
quarterback.
out there. Exactly.
A rookie quarterback, no Nick Chubb. You got a backup running back in there.
Don't get me wrong, DTR gonna be good.
Oh no, he is.
Dorian Thompson Robinson is going to be good in the future. He showed that in the preseason with the Browns, and that's why I'm excited for him entering this league because he showed that he's going to be ready.
If you were like me, you knew going into this, you're like, okay, no. If it was a defense that maybe was just like average,
Carolina Panthers,
maybe,
Chicago Bears, team like that,
maybe, but. Throwing him to a division rival like this against a good defense,
the Ravens were pecking at him.
Yeah,
they were just pecking at him the whole game. It was terrible, and it's gonna happen again this week. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So as he's got the Ravens, I'm assuming he's saying they win that one as well. Now I have the Ravens winning this game. I just even on the road in Pittsburgh. I'm sorry, Pittsburgh, but they ain't showing me shit this year. They ain't showing me.
Done.
They were expected to be so much better this year, and like we said a while ago, you could say this weeks 1 through 3. I'm sorry, by week 4, you better be impressing everybody and have it where it all starts to come together, like we're seeing with Buffalo now, like we saw the Cowboys bounce back. Like we're seeing that. This is the time where the good teams, start to show themselves.
Yep.
And I ain't seen it with the Steelers, man. I mean, I don't know what's going on with these Steelers, bro, because I know we talked about Pickett. He was supposed to take that step forward this year. Well, no. Y'all lost to the Texans, a rookie quarterback, and you got your ass kicked. Okay?
Got your ass
kicked. Yes.
Handed. Like, here you
go. 30-6. CJ Stroud. I mean,
he's looking good. He's looking good, though. He's as a rookie quarterback. That boy is. Houston is looking good, y'all.
DeMeco Ryans, man. I think we all knew that DeMeco Ryans would make an impact as a coach this first season. That they would be better, but right now, this early through the first quarter of the season, they're in the conversation for the division. They are.
Ain't they leading the division right now?
I believe.
Don't they have the best record in their division? Because I know Tennessee.
South, they are there with Tennessee. Yeah,
what's Tennessee's record?
Tennessee got their win this week too. Actually, Tennessee right now is sitting at 2-2 with the Texans. So
okay,
they're both there 2-2, man. But Tennessee, I was surprised, man. Yeah,
the Texans gonna win this division. CJ Stroud can continue if this offensive line can continue to keep playing the way they've been playing. They're gonna be praised. But the Ravens,
I do got to say something about
the Steelers.
I think the Steelers lose now.
The Steelers.
One thing I will say about the AFC North, the Ravens are starting to run away with it. The Bengals aren't even in any conversation right now. They're not relevant. They're looking bad. Joe Burrow done got paid. Where's all the criticism about him?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Going out there instead of resting, like what did Jamar Chase tell his dumb ass to do? Even if you have to sit out till week 5.
Yeah.
We'll be okay with that.
And you know what? Why is Jamar Chase not getting the damn ball? He's a possession receiver. Of course he doesn't have separation. Like he says, I'm always fucking open. That's what possession receivers do. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man, but I'm not ready yet. If the Steelers lose this game at 2-3, which I expect them to and go 2-3, I'm not ready to bury them yet because there's still a lot of talent. That defense, I'm not. It's still too early for me. Now, if they go 2-4 next week, then we can talk about it. But if they lose this game,
Mike Canada Canada. That's all I'm gonna
Yeah,
say.
he's gonna.
Mike
Oh,
Canada
the
needs
fans
to
are
leave.
calling for his job.
Mike, Matt, whatever his
Yeah,
name is. I think his name is Matt Canada, Mike Canada, whatever his name is. Canada needs to get up out of there. He is destroying that offense.
yeah, he is. He
And
is.
it's gonna be to the point where TJ is gonna leave. Just saying.
Yeah,
TJ Watt with a ring.
I'm gonna tell y'all one thing in this game. I think I see Lamar Jackson having a field day running the ball because they're what are they gonna do? I mean, they're gonna have to double up on Andrews. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, he's
Yep.
gonna kill him, and that's when Lamar Jackson needs. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't even think this game is close.
They're even gonna have to
I got
double
the
up on
Ravens
Zay
by 2
Jones.
scores.
Zay Jones is gonna be a factor this game, just
I
like he
I
was
got I
last week.
got the Ravens winning by 17 points minimum.
Yeah.
Minimum.
And I'm sorry, I
Minimum.
said Zay Jones. I meant Zay Flowers. Zay Flowers is going to be
Yeah, Zay
is going to be
Flowers.
effective this week, just like he was in last week's game. Like I said, he would be. Just keep paying attention to Zay Flowers and being in that running or that wide receiver connection with him and Lamar. That's going
Yeah.
to be something
He
huge
is.
moving
He
forward
really is.
in
And
the remainder of
Beckham
the
so
season.
far, I know Beckham missed the game, but even before then, he's been irrelevant.
Yeah,
He really has
it's
been.
it's been your boy Bateman, and it's been
Yeah.
Zay Flowers.
Yeah.
That's it.
And
So
Zay Flowers, yeah.
they're gonna change Lamar's whole passing game, but I can agree with that. 17 points or more, Ravens
Yeah.
over the Steelers.
And Anthony
for
says
sure.
they're not playing Steelers football. No, and they're not playing Mike Tomlin football. If you want to get even more into that,
That's still curtains
that's why
velvet.
you see him afterwards pissed off when they ask is there going to be changes. He's like, you damn right, there's going to be
Damn
some
right.
changes.
But Mike
Shit.
Canada need to be the main one. Matt Canada, Mike
Yeah.
Canada, whatever his name is. Canada
Yeah, I
needs
see.
to be
I
the
seen
first
Steeler
change.
fans, man, all week. They're calling for his job.
Yeah, they want him out of
You
there.
know, I
That
saw
velvet-
another Steeler
that
fan. Another
velvet
Steeler
curtain.
fan, Valerie. Shout out, Valerie. She was like laughing about it, joking. She's like, "Oh, y'all gonna be like, this is Mitch Trubisky's fault, right?"
Right, right.
Like, why not?
Stop
They're gonna
it.
blame Trubisky for everything.
Stop it.
So we got this one. This one is not even gonna be close. Now we have got to get to the main course of this coming week of week 5. This is going to be the main event of the week, as it often is when the Cowboys are involved.
Yes,
But
this
this
week,
one, bro, this is not just a possible preview of a playoff matchup, but you're talking about 2 of the elite teams in the league, 2 of the top 3 teams in the NFC. And I got to be honest with you, dog, like this is the game. Everything is against the Cowboys right now. And you know what I'm loving even more is that all I'm seeing is the media. Everybody's picking the Niners. Oh, we're seeing Niners. Everybody's like Niners. I'm like, yes, thank you. Do that. Please do that. Because just like y'all were doubting our Cowboys before the season started and now 3-1 with 3 dominant performances, that's what I want. That's the energy I want for this game. We're going on the road against the team that, yes, they took us out last year and the year before. They've owned us the last couple of years. We're on the road. It's going to be a defensive ball game. And I don't care, Niners fans. Y'all can call me biased. That's okay. But I'm going to tell you one thing. If the Cowboys right now were like, let's say Atlanta or Tampa, I would be honest and say, you know what? Niners going to win this game. Yeah.
Exactly.
But because
you're not talking about that.
I know what we have on defense right now. Because I know how good our defense is. I trust Dak in the regular season. Okay? In the regular season. Let's not talk about playoffs. Right now, I think Dallas goes into this game. You could say shock the world because if they win, they're going to shock everybody except us Cowboys fans who know what we got. Okay?
Us realistic Cowboy fans.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Because
Not
like
the
I
ones
told
who
y'all,
say,
if
"Oh,
we
I
were the
knew we were
Bucks or
gonna
somebody
win."
right now, if we were the Bucks or somebody, or we had lost to like the Patriots and we're 2-2, I'd be telling y'all right now, Niners are going to beat us.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not saying that. All right, Anthony, you go ahead, type it in and tell me why.
I'm waiting. I was just waiting for that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I want to know why.
But in the meantime, I'm going to tell you, bro, I think for my part, of course, I think defense is going to keep us in it. I think Micah's going to be an impact player as usual.
Mm-hmm.
But in this game, I look for our run defense to be the factor. And I know that's why people are saying, nah, they've been able to run on you. Osa's better this year. I think Mozzie's going to get some time. And we've been seeing Van Der Esch playing well again. I think our run game is going to make a difference. And to be honest, it's going to come down to turnovers. And for some reason, I just got this feeling that Stephon Gilmore is going to get him one. And it's going to be a big one.
Against
either
Debo.
At a key moment or something like that. I think Gilmore is going to play a factor in this game.
Because Stephon
I got the Cowboys winning a close game.
Debo.
I got the Cowboys. Now Debo is day to day right now. Okay, he got hurt.
Right. He did get hurt.
Yeah.
I seen that on my fantasy. So, you're right.
If he's not there, that's major. That's
major.
I think
George Kittle and Brandon Ayuk are yours.
I think the big key for our defense here is going to be our run defense. I think they're going to surprise people, and I think we're going to solidify ourselves as an elite contender. This is the game to do it. This is the game to do it because you go on the road against San Francisco, who's number 1 in all power rankings, for as little shit as I give about them, but you know what I'm talking about. And we go on the road and we do it. There ain't nothing anybody could say. Nothing.
At all. Nothing.
So I think they do it. And guess what? I think the key here for the offense is going to be Dak won't turn the ball over. Dak will not turn the ball over. And I think it's time. It is time, bro, to let Cooks loose in that deep ball. It's time.
Yeah.
Told you about this the other day. We haven't seen it. This is the game to do it. Make that defense that is so suffocating, that Niners suffocating defense, spread them out a little bit.
Way this year,
take some shots. Yeah.
Because let's be honest.
Brandon Cooks. Give me
who
your
have the
brother.
Niners played? Let's start off with that. Who have the 49ers really played?
All right. Let's go with week 1. San Francisco 49ers. All right. They played the Raiders. Oh, no. I'm looking at preseason. I'm sorry. I backed up. Hold on now. I promise you, y'all, this is only my second beer. I promise. All right. So the 49ers in week 1. Oh, shit. Why am I not? Okay, yeah. Okay. They whooped on the Steelers. And we just talked about how bad the Steelers been.
Who they play in week 2?
Week 2. They took on, was that the Rams game? Yes, where they won by a touchdown. Without Cooper Kupp. And by the way, fantasy owners, he should be coming back this week, maybe.
He gave up 23 points, right? 49ers gave up 23 points, right?
It was 30-23, yeah.
They beat up they only gave up 3 points against the Steelers, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
And then they gave up 16 points against.
They gave up 12 to the Giants.
They gave up 12 against the Giants and 16 against the Cardinals.
Now, you know what I keep hearing?
We have had 3 blowouts. 3 blowouts. Now, we can't call the Giants defense elite, so we're not going to. But the Jets defense blew them out.
We saw what the Jets defense did to Josh Allen the week before.
Exactly.
So we know what they're about.
And then the Patriots defense blew them out. Blew them out. So
the Patriots defense, by the way, that the Eagles had trouble with.
Exactly.
Just had to add that in. Yeah.
Exactly. So when I look at this game,
and to be honest,
I agree with
the Niners haven't played a defense yet.
They haven't. And they haven't played.
You were about to get to that. My bad, dog.
Offense.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
They haven't
played about to get to
a top-tier offense like that either. Let's keep it real. The Steelers' offense ain't top-tier. And they've shown that this season. The Giants' offense ain't top-tier. And they've shown that.
The Rams have been
the Rams'
good,
offense is
but
pretty
not
good.
Full power. They're not
fully powered, and they're not top-tier. They don't have all the wide receivers that are that deadly. They don't have they gave away the running back, Cam Akers. Am I right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
now
let's not do that. And then
Anthony
Arizona
says
Cardinals
they're the best team in the league all around. Period. He's talking about the Niners. Yes, we'll agree on that right now. I think they put the Cowboys behind. They're going to let Dak try to beat them. I don't think he can. Well, let me tell you something though. There's a reason they went after Cooks. It was because of games like this.
Yep.
because you need to stretch the field. He needed that extra weapon. We haven't seen it yet, but like I said, this game, this is the time to
I'm gonna
start.
tell you
And you know,
like this.
go ahead.
Cut you off. If
No, you're good.
if we
My boy
unleash
Neil, what's up, Neil?
if
Fellow
we
Cowboys fan
unleash
right there.
our 5 wide set, I feel bad for the 49ers. And this is why I say this. Who's gonna stop Kevontae Turpin?
Who's going to stop Jalen Tolbert?
Who's gonna stop this young boy, Jalen Tolbert? Look how he's been playing
Yeah.
this season for us.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
you tell me who on that Niners defense. Let's be real. Besides Hufanga, who in their defensive back room? We're not talking about Hufanga and them safeties. We're talking about the defensive back. Who can really stop CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, and Brandon Cooks? Let's keep it real. So if our offense is balanced enough, give me one.
Let's not forget. Who did we just talk about in the Cowboys win that they're going to have to worry about now too with those linebackers, which is Ferguson. Ferguson's going to be this game. Just send a message to the Niners that they're like, oh wait, now we got to worry about their tight end
because he catching. And if we play that big set that we played last season when we only lost 19-12 in the postseason, let's not sit here and act like the 49ers blew us out, because Brock Purdy could barely do anything last season in that playoff game against the Dallas Cowboys. So let's stop acting like they blew us out last year. It's not going to happen.
And let's remember too, Tony Pollard's healthy this game.
Exactly. And we were killing y'all. We were killing you 49ers out there. All you 49er fans.
Run game.
Go rewatch the game. Yeah, you might have won, but look how ugly it was for you.
Yeah.
Look how ugly it was for you. And the game was so rough for Brock Purdy that he got injured the next game.
I was gonna say, you know what that game did? We may have lost, but we beat that was a slugfest. We beat down the Niners that game. They beat us down. We beat them down so much that the damn next week it was easy pickings for the Eagles.
Easy pickings. They had to use 4 quarterbacks and Christian McCaffrey.
Eagles were like, damn, y'all come in injured already, and we're gonna hurt you anyways. Because last year's Eagles defense, that's what they did.
Vicious.
They hit people.
Exactly.
So that tells you a lot. But yeah, I mean, I think this game is gonna show everything. Okay, so Neil says the only matchup that is key that I'm concerned about is whether we have Tyron Smith to go up against Bosa. You know what though, Tyler? I'm cool with Tyler.
Yeah,
Tyler been getting it done. If we got to jump Tyler to the outside, I'm cool with that. If he's got to work the outside,
I think matching him up against Bosa is a challenge for him that I think he can overcome. I think this is the challenge that you give him.
He has been the highest rated at his position so far this year.
And I think if you give him this type of challenge in this coming game, and he succeeds and he overcomes this challenge, we don't even need Tyron. Go ahead, get rid of him.
Yeah.
Bye.
Now, let's flip it, okay? Because it's not like we're going up against a gimme right here. There's a reason the Niners are undefeated. There's the reason they're on top of the league right now.
We just got to stop Christian McCaffrey.
The thing is, yes, I was just about to say, if there's one player that worries me, it's Christian McCaffrey. He's the one that worries me because of what he does running the ball and pass catching out of the backfield. Mm-hmm. We talked about it earlier in the show. There's a reason this guy his name is in the MVP conversation for good reason. I do think, though, that this Brock Purdy has not seen this pass rush in his career yet.
Nope.
In his career. He has not seen the pass rush that's coming. Yeah. He saw a glimpse of it
last season.
Yeah.
But he ain't seen
it's different this year. Our pass rush is on a whole other level this year. It really is.
And if we had Trayvon,
that's going to be tested.
Boy.
Oh. But you know what? You know what though? Deron Bland is a guy though that if they force Purdy into some freaking throws, he can get one. Yeah.
He's gonna mess up. And I'm telling you, this game is gonna come down to us being able to stop Christian McCaffrey. If Debo don't play and he's not in the starting lineup, that's another hole that we can exploit on the defensive side. Because who else do the Niners have? Ray McLeod. You got Brandon
Nah.
Ayuk and Debo.
Yeah.
Then Ray.
Yeah.
Ray isn't as good as either one of those two guys.
You got Kittle, but you know, I can honestly see us
Come on,
using a
Kittle
lot
is
of
Kittle.
Curse or Wilson are going to be spending a lot of time on Kittle, and I'm sorry, I like that I like those matchups. I do.
And don't
And I
let
know
Van Der Esch.
Niners fans will say the same thing. We like Kittle in that matchup for good reason. Yeah,
Right.
but I also like our safeties in that matchup.
And don't sleep on Leighton Van Der Esch's zone coverage.
No,
Don't sleep
no,
on his zone
don't.
coverage and his man coverage. And then with help from either Malik Hooker, Donovan Wilson, or somebody like Jaron Curse, come on now.
Yeah.
Come on now. We have everything covered. Trust me.
And Neil says it. Curse plays these elite tight ends very well. He does.
He does.
He
and
really
he's
does.
going to. He's going to. He's going to be all over George Kittle.
Yeah.
Last week, George Kittle scored 2 points for me in fantasy. 2 points against the Arizona Cardinals. What the hell you think Jaron Curse going to do to him?
Yeah,
I'm just
saying. Anthony said had a good point. Well, he said, don't forget about Javon Hargrave. He's a Niner now. Came from Philly, yes, but this is why I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. Again, I think they're going to focus on Tony Pollard, and it's just like Anthony said earlier. They're going to make Dak beat him, which is why Cooks was brought in. You know, but I think it's a little different situation with our offense now because the play calling is different. See, right now, what the Cowboys are doing is they're looking at everything the Niners have thrown the last 2 years. Same system.
Yep.
I understand the defensive coordinator is different, but it's the exact same defense. Exact same defensive scheme.
Offense.
Yeah, the same scheme. Offensively, they've got 4 games to go off of. That's it. And it's 4 games that we have not even unleashed our biggest deep threat yet. Hell, we're already seeing Michael Gallup, and now they got to worry about him because he's at back-to-back good games.
On top of that, the 49ers have been the same for how long? Ever since Kyle Shanahan has gotten there. The only thing Kyle Shanahan does differently is his play calling. He'll throw in some trick plays here and there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He'll throw in some misdirection plays to try and confuse the defense and really get you back on your heels. But this is going to be a great head coaching matchup. The misdirection is
what he does. Yes,
you're right.
It's going to be a chess matchup.
This is going to be a great head coaching matchup. It's definitely Kyle Shanahan versus Mike McCarthy. And to be with you, I'll take Mike McCarthy in this mode. This year, yes. He's in his Green Bay Super Bowl championship mode. If you guys pay attention.
People are not giving Mike McCarthy enough credit for how we're looking this year.
He took on the of play calling because when he won the Super Bowl with Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers, he was calling the offensive plays. He was the one keeping their playbook balanced and their play calling balanced. So if he does that in this game and we can keep the defense off balance, I'm telling you, it's going to be a big statement that gets made by these Dallas Cowboys. But I have Dallas winning by 7.
I do. I got Dallas winning. I'm going to be honest. And I said close one. And when I mean close, I'm talking about like field goal type of close, whether it's our defense trying to hold on to a very small lead late or us moving down the field. But I'm going to tell you one thing. The one reason I like us in this game, in a close game by a field goal, because Brandon Aubrey. I trust Brandon Aubrey. I think all Cowboys Nation trusts him now. It's clear that he is our guy, and I will take Brandon Aubrey kicking the ball to beat the Niners any day of the week right now. And I got that this week. I think the Cowboys win this game in a very close one. You got us by 7. I got the Cowboys. I don't want to say if it's by 3, but like a field goal is going to give us the lead. If you feel me. So that's what I'm going with, man.
A field goal or more. We'll just say that.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
We might have 5 points over them. We might get a 5-point victory or something crazy. But I believe that Dallas is going to go in there into Santa Clara. I think Dallas is going to make a statement this week.
I think they're going to shock everybody.
They're going to shock the world, and everybody's going to shut the hell up. Shannon Sharp said this morning on First Take, he said, if Dallas Cowboys win this and Dak Prescott plays well and does not throw any interceptions, turn the ball over, whatever case, he will look at the Cowboys a hell of a lot different and he'll shut his mouth. with all the negativity.
Now you said though,
he said the Cowboys will be legit in his eyes.
That said it.
From that, you know what I mean? So with that being said, that's what's gonna happen. I just want everybody to know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I've been telling my wife since the beginning of the season.
Oh, she's a Niner fan.
Week 5. Week 5. This is a house divided.
Oh, and you can't tell me that you can't tell me too though that the Cowboys players did not circle this one.
They circled it as soon as the schedule came out. They said, "Oh, week 5,
they want this game.
5.
They want this game." And all I'm saying is, I saw a Niners fan on another post today say, "You know what? It's okay. Bring Micah Parsons. Be careful what you ask for, because if Brock Purdy goes down, who y'all got? Sam Darnold.
Done.
Sam Darnold.
We're gonna destroy him. We're gonna destroy him. And then who you got?
Oh man,
because you ain't got Trey Lance no more,
though, y'all.
So then who you got?
A hell of a game, guys. This is the one that everybody will
back
be
at
watching.
Quarterback. They gonna put CMC back at quarterback and we Purdy and Darnold.
I remember watching that. I remember watching that saying, just come on, McCaffrey, just throw the damn ball. What can you lose?
I'm telling you, man. If we run that big set, for the problem, Sunday Night Football. See you there. Be square. I'm rocking my whole uniform, bro. I'm gonna have I'm gonna have my cowboy hat on. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have my cowboy hat on for this game. I'm gonna have my jersey, and I'm gonna have my custom made 13s that say Dallas Cowboys. You know, it's going down. I'm gonna be decked out in cowboy gear. You know what I mean? My wife's gonna be decked out in her 40 Weiner gear, and it's going down, baby. It's going down. That's all. Oh, shit! Look, see,
you in trouble now, dog.
She done came over here with the bullshit.
She right there. This was like those situations where you're talking shit, and then you're gonna be like, she right behind me, isn't she? Mm-hmm. Yeah, she is.
She right behind me, isn't she? I wasn't even looking. She just the 49ers just popped up with some bullshit. See, that's what I've been talking about. But it's fun, man. It's always fun every week in football in this house. You know,
it is, and I know. Me and my brother Bobo will probably put some kind of bet down because he's a 49ers fan.
Oh yeah, I gotta
Ignacio know about that. Yeah, he's a Niners fan. So, but it's gonna be a good one, man. It is gonna be a good one, y'all. My wife always tells me we had to hurt the QBs to win. He's an Eagles fan. He's an Eagles fan. Yeah.
We can't wait to see you in week 8, baby. Week 8. Statement week. That's our set. That'll be another statement week because Jerry Jones said it.
Statement number 2.
The 49ers, the only way they get into the Super Bowl is through us this season.
Yeah.
And this game is going to tell it. And hopefully we play them again in the playoffs and whoop that ass again. But I'm telling you.
My brother says it. We talked about this. Jerry said this. This game is our measuring stick right now to see if we are there. Because not only I mean, it would be a measuring stick if we were playing the Niners at home, but we're in their house.
Mm-hmm. So it's
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. Let's get it done, Cowboys.
Let's show them the road to the NFC Championship and to the Super Bowl. It's through the Cowboys. Let's make that statement. That's all we got to do. Let's go.
That's it.
Let's go. Man. Cowboy Nation, stand up. Stand up today. Stand up today.
Sunday night football, y'all. Sunday night football. And y'all, if anybody that talks shit to me this week about Niners going to win, if we win, I'm just going to say, don't catch my show next week because I'm going to be talking so
much. We talking so much.
So much
memes are coming out. The memes.
But if we lose, I'm going to be like, but y'all said we're going to lose anyway, so you can't brag.
Right.
Okay. So
I'm just saying.
But that's how it is, baby. That y'all already know Sunday night football. We got a big week coming up this week. I think Eagles, Anthony, actually, you guys take on the Rams. Don't sleep. Mm-hmm. Don't sleep on the Rams, man. They've been looking good, and there's a possibility. I know this is the week that they can take Kupp off of the IR. We don't know if he'll be back, but if he is, damn. Y'all be ready, man. So
suspect defensive backs you got besides your boy Slate, they better be ready because Coop gonna be. I'm telling you, that's all he gonna do.
Yeah,
Kupp gonna be running on, boy. I'm just
and then you got Puka Nacua there doing some things. So Stafford's healthy. That's all I'm saying. Mm-hmm. But I mean, just since I'm talking about it, I am picking the Eagles to win that game. I'm praying for an upset. Just like y'all pray for the Cowboys to lose. Same shit when the Eagles play. Okay, I want you to lose every damn game.
There you go,
Okay,
Ignacio. We standing up till Sunday Night
that's right.
Football,
That's
baby.
right.
Cowboy
That's right.
Nation, stand up right now. Shit, we need all the help we can get.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
We need all the fan support, all the prayers, all everything. Somebody go throw some holy water on our players. Something. Make sure we win this game this week, man. We got to win this game, and if we do, we're the team to beat in the NFC, hands down.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one.
Yes,
So
sir.
y'all be sure to be ready to talk about that one next week, man, because we're gonna touch on it for better or worse. If we lose, we're gonna talk about it. So y'all be ready now. So damn, bro, time went by. I got my D-backs still up 4-3. Game 1, best of 3 series. I'm digging it, man. We're looking at the bottom of the 7th, man. So hopefully my D-backs can pull this game out. Now, before we head out, y'all, I do got to give y'all need to make sure social media. I've been telling you guys, you need to follow all our social medias, share everything we're putting out, get your people to follow because it's football season. And I know the casual and the NFL fanboys, y'all don't watch spring football, whatever, so you may not know about our shows. Right. But I know all your friends that are those casuals, they're watching football right now because NFL's in, so y'all need to turn them on to the Gridiron every Saturday morning. Follow me in Jersey. You got Jersey's information right there, man. We're going to be talking about some more big things coming up this week on the Gridiron. And the way it's been going, I have a feeling we're going to have some more spring football merger news to talk about between now and then. We got 4 days. So if that happens, y'all can count on the fact that we're going to be talking about it. We'll be talking a little bit about what's coming for this coming weekend that we just touched on. Maybe we can do our picks for the rest of the games and talk about some of those ones. So y'all be sure to follow us this weekend. Follow Jersey on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, X, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's the same damn shit. Okay, it's social media. All right, and y'all be sure to get at me, man. Shoot me your emails. Like we just had the topic today. On the pass rushers. That was courtesy of JP himself. Y'all can shoot me something, man. We'll talk about it here on Gridiron Nation Podcast. Gridiron Nation Podcast at gmail.com. On Facebook at Gridiron Nation 1. Twitter, X, whatever, at 1 Gridiron Nation. And there y'all is right there on Instagram and TikTok. And I know you can go on there. I had somebody say, damn, fool, I haven't seen you post on TikTok in weeks. Sorry. I just don't do TikTok that much, man. I don't know what the fuck else to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know, man.
Sorry. Sorry.
Shit.
It is what it is.
So, but like I said, y'all, every Saturday mornings, okay, here in New Mexico, that's Mountain Time, 11 a.m. It is the Gridiron Show with Jersey the King and your boy OG Double G, man. Always coming at you, coming real with it.
Yes,
with
sir.
That real talk. You guys know how it is, man. Now.
Always keep you up on that spring football news. Make sure you check out the Fan Gang Nation show this Thursday on my YouTube channel, the Jersey the King Show, as well as Facebook and Kick. I'll be having special guest Jeff Badette, wide receiver from the Vegas Vipers, on live with me. So make sure you guys tune in at 2 p.m.
That's big.
Pacific Standard Time this weekend. Vegas Vipers fan show, the Fan Gang Nation. We all bite, baby.
Yeah, man. And Anthony, Anthony, I will be reminding you, bro. I'll tag you. Whenever one of the 2 shows goes on, or anytime that we're on there with the Fan Gang, you want to learn about spring football, I got you, bro. I'll be tagging you. I'll let you know when we're getting ready to go. My brother, damn, bro, Rams by 7. You got the Rams beating the Eagles by 7. All right. I hope you're right, bro. I hope you're right. I don't feel good about that pick, but it is.
And I think Matt Stafford did get hurt again this week.
Yeah, I think he's still expected to play, though. They're still expecting him to play. So
we
had a lot of injuries this week, man. We talked about the cornerback injuries.
Yeah.
We didn't even talk about Devontae Adams. He did end up coming back, but Devontae Adams got hurt this week. Mike Evans got hurt this week.
Geno Smith
he got taken out of the game.
Came
Geno
back.
Smith got hurt. A lot.
Tre'Davious White
injuries,
got hurt.
Y'all.
He's for the rest of the season. Matthew Judon
a lot of injuries
out for a while with the tip. Christian Gonzalez is out for a while, which we don't even know what the extent of his injury fully is.
Yeah,
So we're still
yeah.
waiting on news for that as well, guys. So just stay tuned to all of our shows, and guys just continue keeping up with our socials. So me and Gabe are constantly posting. We're even reposting each other's posts about certain news. If he
Yeah.
gets something from Adam Schefter, or he's seeing post before I do, he'll post it on Twitter,
Yes.
and then I'll turn around and repost it. So make sure you guys go and follow us. Make sure you guys stay up to date with everything that we're got going on. And for all you gamers out there, come holler at me. I have an RP server for any of you PC players that do GTA RP. So just come holler
There
at
you
me,
go. All right,
and
I'll share
we
it.
can
I'll
get that
share
in.
it, guys. And next week, on next week's show, I'll actually get the info so I can have it here on the presets. We'll get y'all, for those of you that are PC gamers. This thing's kind of cool, man. It's kind of like a living another life, but in there.
Yeah,
The way y'all got this thing set up, it's crazy, man. When you were telling me about it, so
it's
I
really
know
dope.
a lot of my listeners are gamers like I am, so y'all gonna be wanting to be getting in on this, all right, man. So just be sure to follow. I'll be sharing it as well. Y'all can get on this server if you're on Discord. I'll share it. Be sure to follow Jersey on there too. I'm gonna share you his information after the show tonight, so y'all can get up on that for those gamers that are on there with
Word
us.
up,
All right,
man.
y'all. So, but
Appreciate the
before we
love,
head
guys.
out, man, before we head out, now I just have to real quick, man. Real quick. I was talking about this shit earlier. Down on the standings right there. Gridiron Nation podcast, first annual fantasy football. And how the hell am I the damn? I'm the one that running this shit, and I'm in 7th place, 1-3. Oh, I can't have this. It's time. It's
Listen,
time.
I'm tied for second, baby, or for
Yeah,
first.
it's a 3-way
We
tie.
them
3-way
boys.
tie. 3-way
We them
tie. I got
boys.
Isaiah, got Jersey here, and Triple P, which is my boy Jose. Yeah, man. So you all know how fantasy football goes, though, man. Things start to change
3-game
around.
win streak.
It's all right.
Well,
I'm
look,
about to
I
come back
started
on all
0
your
and
ass.
1. I started 0 and 1, and I was feeling bad. And then
And
all
then
of a
you played
sudden,
me. And then you played me. And then
that was when my win streak
I was
started.
the get right.
You
I
know?
was the get right matchup.
and then my
That's
my
fucked up,
season just
man.
started taking off. So yeah, we're
Ain't
looking
right, man.
good.
That
We're
shit
looking
ain't right,
good.
man.
Thank you, LFA. We love you.
I'm about to bounce back, man. But anyways,
I hope
before we
so.
get up out of here, y'all, I always got to leave y'all with a positive message. And for this week, man, it's something that I've talked about it when I go to concerts. I do it too, but I try not to. And I think it's, I've been off for the last 2 weeks, week and a half on vacation. We were able to get out. We went to White Sands, which is an attraction out here. It's like white sand dunes out here. And we had a lot of fun. We had a picnic out there with my daughter. Been getting out, man. And it's got me to realize, man, that I think for the message this week, it's that every once in a while, y'all, for your mental health, I recommend just disconnecting for a little bit. You know what I mean? Get away from your phone, get away from your TV, get out your house, go out, maybe take a hike somewhere. If you're not into hiking and shit, hell, go to a park, go do something with real people where you're not holding up a phone or you're not sitting in front of a screen. I'm guilty of it too, y'all. I'm not trying to say like I don't do it, so don't do it. No, I do, but it made me realize this last week that I felt good, man. We spent a couple days out. I was out and about. I was outside doing stuff too at times, and I felt good. When I finally got back on like social media after like a freaking all day, it was like, damn, I'm catching up on stuff, but it felt good. You know what I mean? For my mental health, was able to get out. So every once in a while, man, Jersey, it's not a bad idea, man, for all of us to just take a day to disconnect and get out there and connect with people in real life, man. You know what I'm
Definitely, man.
saying?
Connect with people in real life and just get out and be active. Definitely get out and be
That's
active,
it.
man. It'll change your life. You know, I
That's it.
see why some people have like screen time rules with their kids and stuff like that,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it keeps their kids from growing up being just into the screen all the time, to where that's
That's
all
it.
they think about and that's all they want to do, and they barely even want to go to school. So definitely get out there, be active, and just like Ignacio say, stay positive, you know what I mean, and be positive and
That's
be
what
active in life.
that's what my brother always says, man. Every time we text or every time we talk, he ends our calls with stay positive, yo. He's always reminding me. You just stay
Got you.
positive, and that being out, disconnecting a little bit because social media, video games, I love my video games too. But, we do too much of this, y'all, and our kind of minds get a little bit of cabin fever. It messes with your mental a little bit.
Right.
So getting out there, disconnecting for a while, getting out in real world, it helps, man. It helped me during this vacation time. I think it'll help y'all. So just want to pass that on to you guys. But we're going to get out of here, familia. Be sure next Tuesday, I got to be honest with y'all. I don't know if I'm going live yet. I'm going to make it a surprise again if I do. Actually, it's probably going to – I'm going to be honest with you, man. I ain't even going to lie. It's probably going to depend how I'm feeling after Sunday night.
Right. I was just going to say the same thing.
I ain't even going to front like I'm going to be like, I don't care if we lose. I'm going to be here. Nah, I might not want
Luckily,
to.
the Gridiron's on Saturday, so – we'll at least be able to be live for that one. But I don't know about Gridiron Nation going live next week.
We're gonna find out, man. We'll see y'all. But either way, I will be dropping the show on Tuesday night, so it'll either be live or I'll have it up on Spotify and everything, and up on YouTube and everything for y'all to get to. But don't forget Saturday, y'all. All right, 11 a.m. Mountain Time. If you're not Mountain Time, then adjust accordingly wherever you're at. Y'all don't want to miss it. Every week, man, we bringing you a good show on the Gridiron. Me and Jersey, we're going to be bringing you another hot one this Saturday. And like I said, I can guarantee there's going to be some news to talk about between now and then.
It is.
So, Jersey, thank you once again, brother, for jumping on and joining me on this one, man. That's my right-hand man right there, y'all. And we're going to keep doing this, keep bringing it to y'all. Of course, brother. We're going to keep bringing it to y'all every single week. Gonna be coming in hot, man. I was bringing you that real football talk. Thank you guys for joining us in the chat today. For those of you who jumped in, my brother Ignacio, B, Anthony, we appreciate you. Neil, everybody, JP that came on today. We appreciate y'all.
Everybody.
Yes, definitely, Angel. You were a little late, bro. I'm still a little hurt that you kind of beat me in my league, but that's another thing. All right. We're out, familia. We're gonna catch y'all next week. Actually, we're gonna catch y'all Saturday. All right, man. Jersey the King. Yes, I am your boy OG Double G, a.k.a. The Wicked One, Mr. Gabriel Garcia. We're going to catch y'all next week. And
be water, my friends.
No matter what life throws at you, that's it. Be water, my friends. We'll see y'all next week. Gridiron Nation, Jersey the King, Wicked One. We out.
We out of here, baby.
I'll be blowing up and booming like the 4th of July. The #1 draft pick. Them has-beens till they past tense. Everybody wanna feel this glory I bask in. Getting antsy when they see my silhouette in the smog. Then you struggle with your breathing as I creep through the fog. Let's get it on. Gonna meet me up in the end zone. Before they know it,